.1 TMC, the most Cebu music na si Kalansita and
Kaskasli. Nagkuhan sila ni, nagpa-contest sila ni. Og remix ang kani siya mo'y nakadaog, lumanaog ni siya nga best remix of Jusco. The JNRL remix of Jusco. It is now 8:37. Mayong bungkag sa kanatong tanan. You're listening to Top of the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice on this beautiful December 23. Oh, would you look at that beautiful view of Cebu? You know what, the skyline of Cebu still blows me away. Kaning mga buildings, ang mga kadagatan, ang bridge, ang Sisilex Bridge, and everything else. The clouds, the mountains behind, is still breathtaking and never gets old. And I'm looking at this like practically every day. Imagine that, guys. If you're here for the first time, how blown away you might be. I had an incredible chance of talking to Mimo Osmeña, who was here since he was a kid. In fact, this was his view when he woke up. And it still, according to him, blows him away every single day for the past many decades of looking at this beautiful view. And right now, of course, I'm looking at it right now. That's why I'm kind of distracted. I'm supposed to go on a commercial break. I want you to listen to this.
Your Cebu mornings just got more real. Real local talk.
You're listening to Top of
the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jaden Juice. Right across me is Jaden Narvios.
Real local music.
March 16, 1521.
Real close to home. Top of the Morning with JD and Justine. Monday to Friday, 8 in the morning to 12 noon. Top of the Morning. Only on 105.1 TMC. The best of us.
And by the way, if you want to make a request, na may mga shout-outs, mga greetings, let us know. 0999-887-6070.
That's 0999-887-6070. Mo ka na nga to ang text number if you want to text or make a shout-out or whatever. If you want to override the playlist, you can also text me. And you can go to YouTube if you want to join the conversation that we're going to be having today. Hashtag TOTM, hashtag Top of the Morning. To all of our how do you call them? Our very loyal listeners who are on the chats on YouTube at Tops Media Center. Don't forget 0999-887-6070. Mo ka na atong text number for shoutouts, greetings, and whatnots. Pwede po mo override sa playlist. Naunsa man ang override playlist? Ang pasabot ni Ana is that whatever that is that we're playing, whatever our music format is, you can override it. If you feel that you have a better song that you'd like me to play, just let me know. We can override the system. Our AI isn't so intelligent. So, pwede na gani override. 0999-887-6070. Mayang buntag sa atong mga kaigsuunan sa New Star!
This Christmas, unwrap the magic of the season.
At New Star Resort and Casino. Savor a festive Italian feast at El Primo, or enjoy the magic of Christmas with a Christmas Eve dinner and Christmas Day lunch special at Philly Cafe and more. Experience world-class performances, mystical holiday surprises, and exclusive hotel and dining promos tailored just for you. Celebrate the holidays in luxury at New Star. Visit newstar.ph or call 032-888-8282 for more details.
Feeling stressed? You need a staycation? Take a break and visit Crown Regency Hotel and Towers, located on Osmeña Boulevard, Cebu City. We have over 389 newly renovated rooms, function rooms, Wangshanlo Chinese cuisine, Prana Medi Spa, power gym, and many more amenities for everyone to enjoy. For more information, visit our website at www.crownregency.com or call us at 0947-283-4026.
Crown Regency. If food is your aim, then Wangshanlo Chinese cuisine is indeed at the top of the game. New and improved authentic Chinese menu spearheaded by our Cantonese chef. We are open for dine-in and take-out, also accepting events. Temporarily located at 2nd floor Cafe Glow Tower 1, Crown Regency Hotel and Towers. For inquiries, contact 0947-283-4026 or 032-418-8888.
Hello, ako si Janeline Barsalote, usa ka HR supervisor o part-time online seller. Kayod gyud kay kinahanglan kay ako man ang breadwinner sa among pamilya. Aron ma-perform na ako akong obligasyon, kinahanglan maayo pirmi akong panglawas. Mao nga ga MX3 capsule ko kauban sa tama nga pagkaon ug exercise. Ang MX3 certified nga naay alpha, beta ug gamma nutrients. Sa MX3, kampante ko nga mahatag nako ang needs sa akong pamilya. MX3, dili ko believe.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 kapsula hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Welcome the new year on top of everybody at Cebu's most iconic landmark, Tops. Together, let's count down to 2025 at the best place to be. Join us at our grand countdown gala at the Tops event space with dinner, entertainment, plus exclusive access to the Sky 360 True 360-degree view and get the best view of the entire Cebu's fireworks celebration. The Tops New Year Grand Countdown. Welcome 2025 at 2,000 feet, closer to heaven. At Tops. The Tops New Year Countdown is brought to you by Tops, Montebello Villa Hotel, and 105.1 TMC, the best of us. And if you want to reserve them dinner gala tickets, please do yourself a big favor and do it right now.
Tibaw bitaw ka sa atong mga kinaiya sa atong mga kaigsuunan nga mo last minute lang og palit og tickets. If I were you, if you want to have the best view in Cebu for the fireworks celebrations, not just of Tops but of everyone, you're looking at millions of pesos worth of fireworks you can just witness from on top of everybody here at 2,000 feet, closer to heaven. At Tops, you can join us in our grand countdown dinner gala on December 31. Gates open at 6 p.m. You can call 256-5000. Once again, for your ticket reservation. And if you want to get some tickets as well, you can go to Montebello Villa Hotel or the Tops souvenir shop, or you can give them a call at 256-5000. I'm not sure if there's somebody right now. I guess there should be. Give them a call right now. 256-5000. Okay, that's 256-5000. You can call them for the Tops New Year Grand Countdown Dinner Gala. Of course, if you just want to enjoy the view of Tops, you can still go to Tops for only 100 pesos without the dinner and without the exclusive look at Sky 360. That's this is like the fourth level of Tops This is the Sky 360, a true 360-degree view of Cebu. That's right. You can see the mountains and the concrete jungle of Cebu. That view is enough to make you dance. Makasayog yung ka sa kanindot. Believe you me, this is 105.1 TMC, the most Cebu music. Come on!
Confident ba? Kapansin na kayo ba? Muna kapay na ng leksyon kung Digmadik, masuporta kay Kapta sa YouTube namin.
Morning to Wendy Chong. Daghang salamat sa imo ang pagpaminaw diha, Wendy. Ang atong mga kaigsunan po nga naminaw sa kaninyong mga tagsa-tagsa ka Manimalay sa inyong sakyanan. Daghang salamat sa inyong pagpaminaw. Sus, you have no idea how happy I am to know that you're out there listening. And the least that we can do is play your requests or whatever you want. Let me know. Text 0999 887-6070. Okay, today will be a very special day. Well, every day is really special, but today is extra spicy. Because today natay daghan kaayo nga guests. According to Jaden Narvios, iyang dad-on ang iyang igsoon nga si Jaden Narvios. Nga just like Justin is also not only a dancing sensation, but is also a recording artist. So we're going to have a chance to meet and talk to Jaden Narvios live here in the studios of Top of the Morning at TMC. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Also, see the all-girl group BELAMOUR will also be here live in the studios of 105.1. That's going to be a lot of fun as well. Stay tuned, okay? This is going to be our very special Christmas episode with Jaden Narvios, of course, together with sister Jaden Narvios, live in the studios of 105.1. Also, we will have BELAMOUR. Okay, that's BELAMOUR live in 105 together with Jaden Narvios and Jaden Narvios. Speaking of Jaden, here she is now. with one of her singles. This one is called Say It on 105.1 TMC, the best of us.
Ano yung mahirap na?
May sound.
Oh. Ayun na. Dili na.
Ang mo na
Ako ni. Yeah, kani siya. Mana siya. Diba? Dengar di ba? Dengar di ba? Okay. Ituktuk ka no, tuktuk ka. Yang kani siya. Ala. Nah. Asam na siya kani. Dili na dire. Di ba? Kinundok atom ni gibenayan? Ganaw ko no? Aki pa nga. Aki off na. .1 TMC, the best of us.
Say it, Jaden Narvios.
Okay kayo.
Here's the latest local news provided to us by our friends from Sunstar. The Cebu City Sports Center eyes 64 million in additional repairs. That's right, 64 million in additional repairs. Some councilors raised the concerns about the resolution, pointing out that the Cebu City Sports Center just underwent repairs and rehab in May of 2023 to prepare for the city's hosting of the 2024 Palarong Pambansa. 5 months after the Cebu City Sports Center reopened following more than a year of closure, the facility is facing another round of repairs and rehabilitation estimated to cost over 64 million pesos. During the Cebu City Council's regular session last December 18, Councilor Jerry Guardo reintroduced a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign an agreement with Quirante Construction Corp for the rehabilitation of the Cebu City Sports Center multi-purpose building, grandstand, and swimming pool area with an estimated cost of 64 million pesos. The funds will come from the city's annual share from PAGCOR. However, some councilors expressed concerns about the resolution since the CSC had just recently undergone repairs and rehab in 2023 May to support the city's hosting of the 2024 Palarong Pambansa. Councilor Nestor Archival requested Guardo to defer the approval of the latter's resolution and instead ask for an executive session. Meanwhile, Councilor Joey Pesquera and James Anthony Cuenco agreed to Archival's move to request an executive session. The executive session has been scheduled for January 2025, inviting the head of the Department of Engineering and Public Works, representatives from Kirante Construction, the personnel responsible for the program of works and estimates, and the CSC management. Now, akong concern na niron is, dito ra ba ni atong i-hold ang sinulog, right? So if their executive session will be on January 26, what's going to happen? Anyway, that's the latest local news headlines. If you want to know, if you want to dig deep more into that topic and many other local news items, please get a copy of Sunstar Cebu. That's Sunstar. Or maybe perhaps you can even download their app and you can get a digital copy of Sunstar Cebu, just like what I did. Moment akong gibasa. Ang digital copy, akong gibasa sa akong telepono, ang Sunstar issue today, January 23, 2024.
Every time I wake up in the morning.
Ako masama po yun. Dako mo na ba? Dako na siya nga rumba. Mura mo na sa galing ang style ko ba? Mura hostel na siya. Sumilit na hostel. Mura na galing nga. Naghan kayo asunod mo sa rumba. .1 TMC.
This beautiful December 23, 2024. I think I said January, right? I can't wait for 2025 to happen. But yes, it's still December 23. I still can't wait for Christmas too. And speaking of Pasko, over the weekend, last Friday actually, nangutan ako sa akong mga listeners, you guys, nangutan ako ninyo kung unsa ang inyong top 10 Christmas wish list. Mga nanubag din wa na ko nabasa. Let's read that from Jem. Maing buntag ni mo dia, Jem. Mo ni ang ganahan ay funny kayo yung iyang yung Christmas wish list. Ang number one ko no, or first is PS5 ko no. LOL! Number 2 is Nintendo Switch OLED. LOL! And number 3 kay ROG laptop. Number 4 kay sneakers. Number 5 kay loafers. Number 6 kay car charger. Number 6 kay Timex watch. Kuno Timex watch ang ganahan. Specific kay brand pag ito. Ang number 8 kay Toyota Rush side skirt. And ang number 9 niya kay tires and rims nga specific pa jud kayo 14 inches. And finally, ang iyang number 1 according to Jem is for her to be with me again. That's Jem's top 10 Christmas wish list kuno, to be with her or to be with me again. Ana gyud na kadaghanan sa itong mga Christmas wish list, right? Mga butang unya paghuman pagkapinan dayon og usa ka buok nga medyo imposible or maybe not so impossible. According to who's this? Wala man gingani ni ayang wag ibutang ni ang pangalan. I mean, according to 949, my top wish list for this Christmas is to spend time with my mom in heaven, even just for 12 minutes. Oh, okay. That's really very nice. And lastly, I hope I can spend time together with my family on our usual Noche Buena. Guess the way it's going now, first time that I'm going to miss it. Still optimistic though, according to 0949. Okay, those were their Christmas wishes, which I asked for last Friday. You can still make apas your Christmas wish list. You can still read them. Or you can just make a song request or maybe a shout out or a greeting and let somebody know that you're thinking about them. You can text me 0999-887-6070. You can also join us on our chat group on YouTube at Tops Media Center. You can join us in our conversation. Today we have a very special show. We have so many special guests, including, of course, our host, Jaden Narvios. She promised to bring her sister, Jaden Narvios, and BELAMOUR, the singing sensation, the Beanie of Cebu, will also be here live in the studios of 105.1 TMC. That's also going to be very, very exciting. We're going to have them both here in the studios. Wow, that's a lot of fun. Oh.
Get up there, bro. Ano mga barko niya, bro ba? Ano mga barko niya ba? Malambal. Ama na magpiyan na siya? Oo. Ito lang barko ba? Naging barko. .1 TMC, Catch Key and Pride. Atong tak na karon 11 minutos
nang nilabay sa
on 105.1 TMC. We play Cebu music
from the old to the new. 105.1 TMC, the best of us.
Lost in confused world.
Ron. Ano yung Ron, bro? Bro, we will have so many guests today, but ang mga cameras masaigo naman ka. I'll probably have Justin sit here siguro. Okay na. Siguro. Dili rin ko rin yan. Dito ko banda. Di ba? Kanang BELAMOUR na ganas na, di ba? Ito ka sana, tinutin ko na uban, di ba? Wala ko sa microphone dito. Bato ganda sa. Bato ganda, di ba? No, kaning open na ito, kaning John. Kaning usa ka microphone diba? Dili na mapanda na to. Ano ba?
Wala, ditantang magpuyo na.
Ha?
Kaya mag-say, wala na na siya. Wala na kasulan. Bisa ya? Daan mabilisa. Kung galing gamit.
Ha?
Wala na lang hindi. Wala na lutang koneksyon.
105.1 TMC, the most Cebu music. From the IRE, Cebu Music Factory, to Smooth Friction. This one is called Scream on 105.1 TMC, ang pinakasubuan ng radio station sa Tibok Kalibutan.
Oh, why did you leave?
Listening to the best of Cebu music from the old to the new. 105.1 TMC.
105.1 TMC. That one is
Ito ang tunnel padung sa SRP, according to our friends from Revo. Also, here's the latest update today, December 23. In Cebu, expect considerable cloudiness, occasional rain, and a thunderstorm in the evening, followed by a thunderstorm sometime late tonight. Temperatures will peak at 32 degrees centigrade, dropping at 25 degrees centigrade karong gabi, with humidity of 89%. Winds will come from northeast at 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. There's a 20% chance of rain. That's the latest weather update. Daghang salamat sa inyong pagpaminaw. You're listening to Top of the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice on 105.1
TMC. The best of us. It's Mampor and me. Uban lang tang duha. Maing bungkag dia canapatis.
105.1 TMC ang
One
pinakasubwan
on the radio station sa Tibok Kalibutan, Mampuran Mi. Uban lang tanduha, maing bungkag ni Mudia Pukot all the way in New Zealand. Canapatis 1997, maing bungkag ni Mudia Sir. Dagang salamat sa inyo ang pag-apil sa amo ang programa sa YouTube at Tops Media Center. Don't forget 0999-887-6070. You can override our playlist.
local, and global. 105.1 TMC.
Naminaw ka sa pinakasubuanon nga radio station 105.1 TMC, the most Cebu music. Mingarang Pasko, iwanay siya mo. Misa alas 11, ikaw ng alas 8. Karon lahi na, dahon wala na'y gana. Kuyan ng buhato, pagpupupon na lang sa kwarto. Karon mo na, nagiyahay na lang kung pipensa. Nabaligyan ka ni Ato, karon surrender na. Wala na'y kapahingan, ang siya ulit magkakuan, makabuhay kapalitan. Tatlo na magkanunoy, sa unang yamok-yamok, pero karon malingok-lingok. Karon nga Pasko, simba na to, wala'y problema, chicks na ang tirada. Karon nga Pasko, buhutan ako, pero ayaw kalipte, kahit tayo di kong ususi. Karon lorong ka, nagiyahay na lang kung pinsa, ang namaligyan na ni Ato, karon surrender na. Lala, wala na'y kapahingan, ang siya ulit makabuhan, ang makabuhay kapalitan. Traploy na magkanunoy, sa unang magyamok-yamok, pero karon malingok-lingok. Ang Pasko, mabutagan duka ni Ato. Bahalang may simba-simba, basta tutong lang kumanda. Tatloy na magkanunoy, sa unang magyamok-yamok, pero karon malingok-lingok.
One 105.1 TMC, maayong paksiw kuno according to Pukot. Maayong buntag ni Mudia Sir. Sus, ang paksiw karon sa mga kabalayan, tighan kayo. I can smell it. Welcome to the magic hour. TikTok star who you imagine Colleges Incorporated. Cabrera Street, Pasag San Nicolas, Cebu City. Gusto ka bang mag-nursing o nurse or nursing graduate na gusto mo apply locally o abroad? O nangita ka magpinakabarato o patong nursing school na aprobado sa CHED sa Cebu? Mayroon dayon sa Bachelor of Science in Nursing sa Richwoods Colleges Incorporated College of Nursing. Muatag silang free promo rate sa first 100 na magpahito sa nursing. Tawag dayon sa 0956-926-4112 or 0968-861-9933 o palitaan lang si Dr. Rizalin or Doc Monique or tawag sa 032-383-8241 or 0961-146-7836. Wala na po tayong website, richwoodsgaleros@gmail.com o sa ating Facebook page, Richwoods Colleges Incorporated. Richwoods Colleges Incorporated College of Nursing, a school of conscience, love, and compassion.
Ay, huwag kalimot, 0999-887-6070. That's our text number at 105.1 TMC. May bungkag ni mo diya, Rain. Dekang salamat sa mong pagpaminaw diya. Also, good morning to our friends who are on YouTube at Tops Media Center. You can also join us. You just go to YouTube at Tops Media Center and join us. And not only join our conversations, but you can also message me in our chat group. May bukag mo diya, Herbert Abiliana Transporte, hashtag TOTM, top of the morning.
Hi, ako si Crystal Buena, gusto ka virtual assistant o model. Being a working mom is not easy, especially having a special child, kaya require some sila of special care. Pero, nakaya na ko. Well, thanks to MSD Capsule, the verified with alpha, beta, o gamma nutrients, kauban ng pag-exercise o proper diet. MSD helps me accomplish my daily activities. MX3, dili ko believe. Mahalagang paalala ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin paggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Jiggy, top of the morning!
Hey!
Hi, Jiggy. Morning. We're good. Oh, white Christmas.
How are you?
Good.
How's everything?
We're good.
Sit there.
Except for Ate Summers.
Oh, wow! Have a seat. You guys look beautiful.
Thank you, Jiggy. How are you?
Nasabot mo sa yung redness?
Yeah, it's almost Christmas, so we have to wear red.
Wari na ba kuan? Wari silang BELAMOUR is coming here also.
Okay,
So this is going to be an all musical.
Oh, that's great. BELAMOUR.
Really?
Yeah.
The Tops
That's cool.
Media Countdown is brought to you
This is
by
your-
Tops on the Melia Villa Hotel and 105.1 TMC, the best of
Ang atong takna karon 58 minutos lang ilabay sa alas 9. 2 minutes to go before 10. Maayong bungkag sa kanatong tanan, especially to all those who are on YouTube at Tops Media Center. Katong naminaw sa
Sa
atong
mga tagsa-tagsa ka mga panimalay sa ilang mga sakyanan, maayong buntag ninyo dihang tanan. Top of the morning, I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice, and right across me, we have a big surprise for everyone here. Today, December 23. Good morning there, Justine.
Hi, Jiggy. Hi, everyone. Top of the morning. Happy 23rd of December.
Wow, this is the eve of the eve, right?
The eve of the
The
eve.
eve of the
Yeah,
eve of
that's
the eve of
right.
it's like turtles all the way down. So January 1 is like the eve of the eve of the eve
Of the eve of the eve.
Anyway, you brought somebody with you as a big surprise to our listeners and our viewers.
Yes.
Who is this lovely young girl? Who is this?
So, top of the morning to all the listeners at TMC 105.1. Today, I have my little sister, Jaden Narvios.
Hi everyone, it's me, the cooler sister.
Oy.
The what?
The
The
cooler
cooler
sister.
sister.
The cooler sister.
Yes.
Why
Hi,
would
guys.
why would you say you're the cooler sister? Is Justine not as cool as you? Why is that?
I mean, I have to
what are the
admit.
things that you do that make you cooler than your sister? Come on.
Well, I think my sister's pretty cool. It's just that
Thank you,
I'm
thank you.
cooler.
Yeah, I like how
Yeah,
she
it's pretty
admits that.
self-explanatory.
Jaden Narvios, of course, is a big-time TikTok sensation, but she's also actually, thanks to the cajoling of her sister Justine, is also a recording sensation herself, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me about that day when your sister, your older sister, your less cooler sister, the word is not forced to, I hope.
No.
Fooled you. How about that? Fooled you into singing. It's not just about dancing anymore for you.
Tricked you.
Tricked you into singing.
Scammed you.
What happened? What happened?
Oh, so it's actually very interesting.
Okay.
Ever since I was young, I was always the dancer.
Okay.
And my sister, Astine,
as I like to call,
Astin?
is always the singer.
Okay.
But one day we were invited by an agent to audition for Viva. Viva Entertainment, and on the way to the audition, I still remember in the car we were talking about how what they might let us do in the audition. And so we were talking about I prepared a dance.
Okay.
Yeah, I prepared a dance because I was a dancer. And
So you didn't know what you were asked to do? What do you mean?
Yeah, because
how does that work? You go on an audition and you don't know what to do. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, all we knew is that Viva was an entertainment company, and as when they get new artists, they want people who are moldable, people who they can, ask to do all sorts of different talents.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we came there.
It could be anything, right?
Yeah, anything at all.
They could ask you to jump up and down on a trampoline or something, right? Go on a circus, right?
They think you can do it.
Yeah.
Tame an elephant or whatnot, right?
It's about what potential they see in you, I believe.
Okay, so you just stand there. This is what you've heard before, right? You just stand there and then they'll just ask you to show me. Is that how the way it works?
Yeah.
Is that what you heard?
I mean, as long as it doesn't violate
Of
human
course,
rights.
of course not. Human rights.
Yeah, violate our rights. I think we'll do about just about anything.
Okay. So tell me more.
Yeah, and so we were preparing. My sister, of course, she was more experienced with auditions.
Okay.
At that point in time, I was only 12 years old.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, no, 13. And then she would tell me, oh, prepare this, prepare that. And she told me, you might have to prepare to sing.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I'm not going to sing. I don't want to sing. I really said, if they're going to let me sing, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, I'm more of a dancer.
Okay.
I was really prepared to say that. But then my sister was like, yeah, but you're just going to have to sing if they ask you to sing. And I was like,
just do it.
I don't know what to sing. And I brushed that off because I was certain they wouldn't ask me to sing. Because I was like, my dance is going to be enough. I think my dance, it's either if they get me or not as a dancer. But then in the audition room, I was standing in front of the judges and they had asked me to dance.
Okay.
And I presented my dance, and after dancing, I was like, oh my God, I was so tired after dancing. So hangak.
Okay.
And then after that, they were like, oh, can you sing us a song? And then my eyes, I was like, oh crap, I did not prepare a song.
Then all the flashbacks
Prepare a song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I should have listened to my sister. I should have prepared a song. And then at that moment, they were like, yeah, you can sing anything. And I was like, oh, I'm not really a singer. I'm more of a dancer.
All right.
And they were like, no, just sing anything. And then this one judge, all in white, he was like, okay, can you sing us Happy Birthday? And I was like,
that's Boss Vic siguro.
Yeah. And I was like,
Happy
okay.
birthday.
So I sang Happy Birthday with my very shaky and hangak voice. And they were like, okay, can you sing and dance then? And at that moment, I was like, what's a song I could sing and dance? And at that time, Momoland was really popular.
Momoland.
Yeah, the K-pop group.
Okay.
So I went, give it to you, and I was like, oh my God, I still remember. And they were smiling and they were there for it. So I think that's definitely destiny. And that was the first time I sang and danced.
Okay.
And when I went out of the audition room, they gave my mom a contract immediately.
Oh, wow.
Because me and my sister, we were the first auditionees, the first two.
Ooh.
And they said they really liked it and they enjoyed it. So I guess that's that.
Yeah.
So how long ago was this?
This was 2020, January of 2020.
This was like during the pandemic?
Right before the pandemic.
Wow.
So almost 5 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. So this was just right before the pandemic when you auditioned. What is this audition, if you don't mind me asking you? Was this like something that was televised? Or this was like a private audition?
It was a private audition, but it was definitely something that was promoted.
Okay.
As Viva was looking for artists at that time.
Okay.
And I think they were also looking for content creators.
Okay.
And an agent called my mom and asked my sister and I to audition. And so we were like, hey, why not? I personally, at 13 years old, didn't know much about Viva.
Okay.
I think my sister knew it more as the company.
Well, Viva's been around for a long time. Ever since I was a kid, we was already around. So.
I mean, but you're very familiar with, actually, I think Jaden's not very particular about the companies that the artists are from, but at that time, you're already very familiar with Sarah Geronimo.
James Reid at that time.
And
so they were Viva recording artists at that time?
Karencita, yes.
Yeah.
At that time.
Okay.
They were in Viva.
Wow. So it is interesting that you were auditioning just right before the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like, what were the plans of Viva? Not just for you as an artist, but also like generally speaking, because they didn't have the pandemic in mind, right? I'm sure they had like great big plans until crap hit the fan, right? So
Until crap hit the fan.
so tell me about what the plans were.
All right. So I think that's really the thing, no, Sir Jiggy, about entertainment, especially in the entertainment industry. It's definitely depends on the timeline.
Yeah.
And it definitely depends on factors such as like the pandemic. No one expected it.
Luck plays a huge role.
Yeah.
Especially in an industry like entertainment, right?
Yeah.
It is a very, I would say, fickle industry. But you add in a pandemic, and then so totally were the plans shelved immediately after the world closed down for you?
Oh, okay. So lockdown, if I remember correctly, was around March.
Yeah.
And so I was still 2 months into the company.
Okay.
And the first thing that they really wanted me to do and they expressed was the MCN contract, or it was a content creating.
Okay.
Because I told them at the time that I had started a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I was making these vlogs and videos.
She used to really do that during the
like right before the
mga
pandemic.
dance covers.
Yeah.
Just my funny vlogs.
Yeah.
Jiggy is very he always promotes that, as Jiggy always say, throw anything to the
Yeah,
ceiling.
yeah.
And, what's that?
Throw everything on the ceiling and see what sticks.
See what sticks. I love that.
So what stuck? What stuck?
Yeah, so I was
The
really
booger stuck.
The booger. Yeah, because the pandemic is the booger, I believe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So at that time, we really didn't know what to expect except just to continue making videos and see how Viva promotes it.
Yeah.
And
This was during the pandemic already?
Right before the pandemic.
Okay.
And at that time, they had also mentioned, so I think it really helped generally.
So you did like dance also?
Yeah, I did dance covers, which are probably all archived right now.
What's a dance cover?
Like, okay, so at that time...
I know what a singing cover is, but what's a dance cover?
At that time, I think dance covers were really famous because not just from dancers in general, but also because K-pop was really booming. And that's when my sister and I really got into K-pop, like deeper into K-pop.
Okay.
And so I would watch all these covers and these K-pop artists, and then I'd learn the dance, and then I'd film myself like my version of the dance.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a song cover, except for instead of singing your own version of a song, you're performing a choreography or you're dancing to a already existing choreography.
Yeah.
Okay, but so you're not gonna actually dance the same dance steps?
You will.
Oh, it's the exact dance.
So how will you give it your own thing when you're dancing the same exact thing? Because usually,
that's a challenge there.
If it's a song, you can rearrange it maybe.
Yeah.
And then maybe instead of you go right.
Exactly. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So how does that work for a dance cover?
Yeah. Bito, no?
How does that translate?
Well, I think this is the really interesting thing, Sir Jiggy, is that in the K-pop world, those dance covers or those dancers rather who look exactly like the artists when they're performing, those are the ones that hit. And those are the ones that people like because they find it interesting how these amateur dancers in their homes without the same training as their artists could do it at the same level, could do it with the same energy.
Okay.
And that was definitely something that was a culture shock for me personally because I came from doing dance covers from Western artists
like
and
hip-hop money,
like adding your own style, freestyle. That was what I was used to personally. So when I went in K-pop and did K-pop dance covers, I was a little taken aback because I was like, how am I gonna add, like you said, Suji, how am I gonna add my own flavor into this? But then
I didn't realize that was a thing for K-pop na the more similar you are to the actual artist,
the more praised it
is. So that's why for mga K-pop covers, Jiggy, they try to dress similarly to...
Or they put the video side by side.
Or they put the video side by side to see if number compatible ba inyong the way you move.
Yeah.
No? But that's very different sa, as Jiggy would say, sa mga song covers wherein you have to make it your own for it to at least be, good.
Yeah, because I mean it depends also because sometimes some artists actually sing a song exactly the way it's sang
like
by the original
like the From
artist.
Journey, the one that we like.
Yeah,
Ariel Pineda, right?
Ariel Pineda, right?
Sounds exactly the same.
But here's the thing, Sir Jiggy, about adding your own spice to things. I think when you'd feel like this is my style, this is who I am. It's very individualistic, which is good when it comes to your own style, but sometimes I feel it's what stops you from improving because when you're so comfortable in doing things in your own style, you don't realize that you're actually not improving.
Yeah.
Like for example, when I was so used to dancing in my own style, I would say that, oh, if I'm not extending my arms enough, that's just my style. Like, that's just how I like to dance. But then when I went into K-pop and did it exactly how the artists would do it, it instilled a lot of discipline, and it made me pay attention to the very intricate details.
Okay.
And I think that in all is what made me want to improve. And it's what made me improve in general.
So you're saying that it's better if you copy somebody to the T.
I think it's all about balance.
Okay.
In the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
being able to copy is definitely a skill, but
Yeah.
having your own flavor and spice is definitely what makes you unique. So I think it's a balance.
Because I actually told Justine this, and I think I'll tell you this again. One of my favorite quotes about copying or being an artist is that I attribute this to Jimmy Kimmel when he once said that
Jimmy Kimmel.
that it's your failure at the attempt at sounding like your idols that make you who you are. So it's your failure because you failed to sound like somebody, because you failed to dance like somebody. Then that's you.
That's true.
Yeah, that's you. And it may sound like a quote unquote failure, but it's not, because that's where you are. You know, you don't have to be that person. You don't have to be this person because you failed. Maybe you got better.
Yeah.
Or you exceeded how good your idols are, or maybe you failed a little, and that's where the you.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I
that's
really
you.
believe in that, Sir
Yeah.
Jiggy, because I think that everyone is definitely inspired by someone.
Yeah, absolutely,
And so
man.
a quote that I hold close to my heart
Okay.
personally is
How close?
super close.
That's super close.
Because
Okay.
I made it. Because I made it. Yeah.
So it's attributed to Jaden
I love
Narvios.
that. Yes,
I
Jaden
like that.
Narvios.
Okay, so you're quoting yourself.
I'm quoting myself.
Hold on, give me a sec. We have to have the appropriate background music for this.
The appropriate
Okay,
background.
go
music.
ahead. This is a quote attributed to former poet, now artist, Jaden Narvios. Go ahead.
My quote is to be inspired to inspire.
To be inspired to inspire. To
I
be
like that.
inspired. To be inspired to inspire.
Yes, because I believe that everyone's inspired by
Okay.
someone.
Okay.
And that is what should drive us to be
Yeah.
be the inspiration for others.
Yeah.
Like for example, we know that there are many artists like Elvis Presley, who was the inspiration.
She
of-
likes Elvis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Or Michael
Michael
Jackson,
Jackson.
who's the inspiration of many K-pop artists.
Absolutely.
So I think
in
that
fact, if you listen to the radio now, although Michael Jackson is already long dead and gone,
Yeah.
you can still hear him. Not
Definitely.
even in his own music, but just from artists
Yeah.
everywhere. You listen to
Yeah.
The Weeknd, you listen to Gary
Yeah, The
Valenciano,
Weeknd,
you,
The Weeknd.
you listen
Yeah.
to everyone. You just close your eyes, Justin Timberlake. If you
So
close
much
your eyes,
inspiration.
you can hear Michael Jackson. If you
true.
open
You can
your
hear the
eyes,
spirit.
if you open your eyes and watch the video, their moves are like, hey, that's Michael Jackson's
Yeah,
move.
exactly.
That's how you live forever.
Yeah, and I think that what Jimmy Kimmel said in that quote you
Yeah.
mentioned, Sir Jiggy, it's really true that an artist's like they'll find their uniqueness in their attempt of trying to sound like someone else.
Their failure, and they
Their
fail
failure,
at it.
yeah. Because I think that when you get inspired, you try to copy them, and in that process of copying them, that's also where you'll find yourself and you'll
Yeah.
find your strengths
Yeah.
and weaknesses.
Yeah, but also it's also a trap if you actually hit the nail on the head, right? If you are able to copy them to the T, and you feel like that's success, then you'll always be just like
That's true.
an imitation of somebody, right?
Unless that's
Yeah.
really, that's really your profession or your industry. Like a lot of the imitators that
Yeah,
we
the
have.
imitators
Like
are-
if that's
Yeah.
really what they do,
if
then
they're
they
like
must.
if they're like a cover band, right? But
Yeah.
but still, every time I hear, in fact, I did
Or
this.
impersonator.
Yeah.
I did this like a few nights ago when I saw this beautiful, amazing band, right? And they're all doing cover songs. I'm always tempted, and I always
To
make
what?
it a point to tell them, you guys, you're an amazing band. You got to do something original
On your own.
on your own. You have to do something original because it's so sayang that they just do their songs and then it's just a cover song.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a waste of talent, and not that like there being a cover band is a waste of time, because these guys go on to perform not just here in Cebu but
Exactly.
all over the world.
Exactly.
In fact, most of the cruise ships now, all of the performers there are actually they're actually from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daghan kayog mga cruise ships karon nga kung ang mutana mo nagkanta mga Pilipino ra gyud ay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Mga
that's
cruise
true.
ships, right? And they're making a living
That's
off
how
of that.
talented we are.
Yeah.
I think Filipinos have that dual side, you know. On
Yeah.
one hand, we're really good at imitating.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's a skill thing to be able to follow someone.
Absolutely,
And to, like, follow the
absolutely.
like they can't give mga imitators, you know, Celine Dion,
Yeah,
Whitney
yeah,
Houston,
yeah.
like on those cruise ships as you mentioned.
I can
right?
I can do Celine Dion and
Oh, yeah, of
and
course.
Whitney Houston, you know.
On the daily.
On the in the CR.
Yeah, so it's so simple. That's not difficult for Jiggy to do.
Yeah.
But then it also takes a different certain level of skill to be original and to find your own
That's
voice
true.
or
Yeah,
your own
yeah. Absolutely.
not really voice for dancers, for
To
example.
find your own
Moves,
style.
yeah.
To find your own style and, to
And
be
I
able
think
to, like,
that definitely was something that I struggled with, Sir Jiggy, because the word freestyle had always made me scared.
Yeah.
When I'd hear,
Oh, yeah.
okay, guys, freestyle, I'm like, oh crap, what do I do?
Okay.
Because I can't freestyle for
Okay.
my life
Okay.
because I was so used to
Just
doing
copying.
things how
Exactly
the
the way-
choreographer would do it, or doing things
Okay.
how the artist would do it.
Yeah, I noticed for dancers that's really difficult. No, like if singer can, they tell you, okay, sing me a song right now.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be as awkward, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you can just sing in a cappella.
Yeah.
But it's weird if I tell. That's why Jaden would hate it when I'd say,
Yeah.
like, okay,
Freestyle.
freestyle.
I'm like,
what am
oh.
I supposed to do? Just break dance in the middle of this? Like, do I
Yeah.
just dance here?
So
Like,
how do you
it's
how do you
weird.
define that? That's actually a very interesting question.
Yeah.
Because in singing you can do your own voice inflections. You can do your
Yes.
voice emotion.
Yeah.
You can,
Yes.
like I said, you can even rearrange it. I guess for dancing you can rearrange a song, right?
Yes.
But how do you make it your own? Like I'll give you in my head what could possibly be an example, right? For example, when K-pop dancers do this whole heart thing, what do you call this? This whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You got it right, Jiggy. You have to do that.
so instead of like just usually just doing the steps and then you do a little bit of this instead.
Yeah.
So maybe that's making it your own, right? So
I
maybe
mean,
like a small
yeah.
gesture, maybe. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
So my question is, what does that mean when you make a dance step your own? How do you make it your own?
okay, so I think in contrast to how it is for singers, Sir Jiggy, when you're dancing, it definitely is about executing the choreography no
Okay.
matter what.
Okay.
And so I think if you were to change the choreography to your own, that's something that makes it unique.
Okay.
But it's not something that I would say is very praised.
Okay.
Because then again, the choreography that you're doing is most of the time not your own.
Yeah.
But to make something unique, I think that also, like just like making a song, you could make your own choreography. But I think what could make an existing dance unique would be definitely the dynamics and how you execute the dance.
Yeah.
So it's not about, it's no longer about copying the artist exactly, but it's
Like
about doing
your
the
own.
steps in your own style.
Yeah.
Like for example, in dynamics, we like to call it this part you'd like
Okay.
to.
Well, first of all, what's a dynamics?
Oh, okay.
In that context.
In dance context,
Oh.
I would say that dynamics is definitely about knowing how to balance where you put your energy and knowing how to balance your smoothness and your swag.
Yeah. So like in Bisaya, like for dancers, I would say like when ka mangusog, when ka muburak, and when
Muburak.
When ka mo like relax.
Because then the problem there is if you're also too
Intense.
then you look like it's too
Or
all over the place.
Or you could get winded. Mahot ng kaghangin, di ba?
Kana
That's
po.
very true.
Yeah.
And then if you're also too, chill
Too
and
slow.
you're not gonna execute force in any of your moves, and mura sa Bisaya pa,
Malaspag.
Yeah ba?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I think then again it definitely boils down to preference because some people might think that the dynamics are not placed well, or some people might think that if you're doing the whole dance with so much energy, that's also what makes you unique.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that you can do it with so much energy, that's something that's praised. Or if you can do it very smoothly, then you have so much self-control and
Yeah.
body
Exactly,
control over your body. So
Okay.
it definitely depends, just like with a singer, I think, and everything in the entertainment industry. It depends on preference and what hits and what doesn't hit.
In case you're wondering what you're listening to recording artist Jaden Narvios, together with her older sister, the less cooler sister, Justine Narvios.
Thanks, Jiggy. You had to really put it out there.
Yeah, because that's how we started this interview,
Actually,
man.
that's the truth. I can't lie.
Yeah. But she'll eventually be a lawyer, so please chill on her.
yeah.
Okay?
No, you know what's funny, Jiggy? Speaking of that, there's some times that I get so freaking confused with what's like on my textbook.
Okay.
That I literally have to call Jaden.
in your law textbook.
Yeah, I'm like, Jaden,
Why would Jaden know about it? What do you mean?
because it's logical, and I feel like she might be more logical
So
than
it's
me.
logic.
Yeah.
So you're not only less cool, you're also less logical than your sister.
So most times, I'll admit that. I'll actually admit that. Yeah, there are times sometimes I'm like, Jaden,
Because you also have law.
she also has law classes man
Oh,
sa
okay.
ABM nga strand.
Okay.
Every Saturday.
All right.
So, shout out to Attorney Bellarmino.
Okay.
Her-
Hi, attorney.
her
So
prof, no?
you're prof in which is still in Ateneo?
Still in Ateneo.
Okay.
yes.
And he's also a good friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So attorney. So there are times I'm like, Jaden, I don't get this. Can you
Okay.
please understand? And we literally have to like draw it to understand. Like, oh, okay. If this is this.
I had to make her a formula. I was like, if A kills B equals
A is guilty.
A
with
is guilty
this
with
and
this
ano.
charge
Okay,
and
right. No, because I'm like, Jaden, am I reading this right? Because I've been
Okay.
reading this paragraph mga 4 times.
Yeah,
Balik
yeah.
na gid ko. So then she would help
The
me.
benefit of
Yeah.
fresh eyes and fresh
Exactly.
fresh brain,
Fresh
right?
eyes kana.
Live in the studios, we have Jaden and Justine Narvios, the Narvioses,
Ooh, Narvises.
live on 105.1 TMC, the best of us. And also coming up in a few moments, we will have our friends also from another batch of
Yeah.
artists. We're going to have all of them together here in one room. We have our friends from
Belamour.
Tara na.
live in the studios of 105.1 TMC. That's coming up. This is our
Just in
all
the big guys.
just a special all artists special here
That's
today.
right.
I have a song that I'm about to play. Please set this up, Jaden. Maniwala.
Maniwala. Oh my
right?
God.
That's kind of sounds like a very profound word. Maniwala. I think Maniwala means believe, right?
Yes, it
So
does.
tell me about this next song because I'm not used to listening to you in Tagalog.
In Tagalog,
In
palaka.
Tagalog, palaka.
In Tagalog.
Yeah, so tell me about this next song, Maniwala. What is this about?
All right. So I think we started this interview talking about the pandemic.
No,
So
and how
Jiggy-
less cool your sister is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's how we started.
Yeah, that's how we started.
That's
yeah.
how we started. I think we should remind every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Every like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Every time Jaden Justin gets a little cocky, you tell her you're the less cool
You're the
sister.
less
right?
cool.
Don't forget, you're the
don't
less
forget.
cool
You're-
sister.
You're less cool.
Yeah, but we were talking about the pandemic,
Yes.
and you talked about how we were able to, what were our expectations being in Viva,
Yeah.
and I think I also mentioned about how hard it was for everyone in the pandemic, mentally and physically, and for Maniwala, we just wanted to make an uplifting song,
Uplifting
something
song,
that
okay.
could give people, like you said, a sense of
Normalcy,
normalcy
okay.
within the pandemic, and something that would hopefully help them lift their spirits and help them have hope,
Okay.
because Maniwala is not only about believing, it's about having hope.
Okay.
I think the deeper meaning of this song also comes from our very strong faith in God,
Okay.
to believe and to trust in Him that everything will be all right.
Okay.
And
So
I
who
think,
wrote this?
yeah.
Is this written by anyone?
Then the one and only
The-
less
the-
cooler
the
sister.
less cool sister.
The less cool sister.
Yeah.
Who wrote you a song, you ungrateful you?
I mean, that's what makes her cool.
Actually, JK, I really wanted to write it for her.
Okay.
At this time, Jaden was around mga 13 years old.
Yeah, I was
And we were very
13.
much into K-pop. So we wanted to do something.
K-poppy?
Yeah, K-poppy. Like, kana nga sound bitaw,
Okay.
like hype for, that would match her dancing.
Yeah.
So Maniwala is about that. And
Okay.
then
This is also like a dance track.
it's
It
a dance
was.
track.
All right. All right.
So it's a song to remind everyone that if you just Maniwala, if you just believe, then
Everything will be all right.
alright.
All right. Let's listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is Jaden Narvios and Maniwala.
Yeah.
On 105.1 TMC.
The best of us.
Oh my God. We'll have the guys here
Yeah.
inside, huh? You can stay
I'll
there.
move beside you, Jiggy.
Yeah, okay,
Stay
okay.
there lang, Nini.
Hi, guys.
Hi, TikTok.
I am Jiggy, you are?
Hi, guys.
Say hi to them so they can-
Dina, Fiona, and Mikaya. Let's go inside if you don't mind.
Hi, guys.
This is Jaden and Justine. They're also like you guys are also recording stars.
Welcome to PNC. Hello.
Yeah. This is Justine Narvios, yeah. This is Belamour.
I know. We do this all the time, you guys. Come inside.
Come inside.
Yeah.
You can sit both of them, and maybe like we'll get more chairs.
Yeah, we'll get more
Oh,
chairs.
oh my God! What is this? Oh, thank you.
I once saw you guys perform at Ateneo de Cebu.
Oh, yeah.
You had a Aguila concert. Yeah. And I remember all of my friends there, all the other teachers were like, oh, they know your music. And then it was so cute because they were choosing like, oh, this is my bias, this is my bias, this is my bias. So can you imagine like teachers and all the students already choosing like, okay, this is who I want.
Teachers, yes. From a teacher. So, yeah.
Should Jaden just be here?
Pwede po.
I could be there.
Yeah, here lang ka, Jade. Oh, yeah.
Is that your less cool sister, Mia?
Guys.
Is it your first time at Tops, guys? Or oh, it is. Oh, okay. Welcome. We're glad that you guys are here. Kuya Magic's always talking about having you guys over also because he likes your song, Tara Na.
Mag-uman. And just sit here if you want to rest, huh?
Okay.
Sit there.
Oh, perfect. I have the controllers.
So okay na mo diya? You guys are right, huh?
Do you feel the creative energy?
I know, right?
Did you feel musically inclined suddenly? Would you suddenly start singing? No?
Yes!
Okay. Well, I'll move one here, huh? I'll get one mic. We have 3 there and then 2 here. Perfect. Okay. If you guys want to hear, you can also wear the earphones, but I think it's fine also without. Can you see yourselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can.
Will I adjust that?
I love it.
Ron?
It's the first time we're in a room together.
Yeah, guys.
I mean, aside from like backstage.
Oh, there, perfect.
And you're also Viva, ba?
No.
Yeah. But you performed together na before.
No, I think we know each other because our coach for the competitions in Ateneo.
Okay.
It's also their coach
Yeah.
and their dance
Okay.
dance team.
Let's have a video first so we can promote it. Tar! Melcher!
Top of the morning.
Hi, guys. Guys, so we've got Belamour and Jaden here in the studio. We're live right now on YouTube. If you want to tell your family members, those are the comments right now. So I don't know if you can see them saying hi to you guys.
So diha lang ka ba? Dili ka. This is Melcher, by the way. He's our
Kuya
high-tech.
Melchor.
Hi, Kuya.
Diha lang siya. Dili sa kauna. Dili picture. Video mo. Magtindog na siguro ko. Tindog ko niya. Pag human, I'll invite them and then put the camera to Justin also. Right?
I will tell them to send comments and join our live. Okay.
Mag-shades ko na ito.
Yeah. We're same na, Jiggy. Me Jiggy always matching with our shades. Wait, hold on.
Taas pa.
Let me fix her hair.
Taas pa. Higher pa.
How is this?
Bukid. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Bukid. that song.
Top of the morning to everyone. I am your host. My name is Jiggy Juice.
And my name is Jaden Narvios. Hey, guys.
Today we have a very special all musical artist special. We have no less than Jaden Narvios.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jaden.
And we also have BELAMOUR.
Woo!
This is our all musical artist special.
That's right. So, guys, if you have questions for Jaden or for BELAMOUR, head on to Tops Media Center on YouTube. Send in your questions on our live chat or send us a text at
0999-887-6070 and join our conversation today in our all musical artists Christmas special at 105.1 TMC.
The best of us! Hey!
Okay. Woo!
Thank you, Melchor.
Thank you.
I like how we always get it in one take, Jiggy. Like, that's our good luck. In fairness,
I love how you don't memorize the number.
I do, but but Jiggy says it better because when I do it, sometimes I'm like.
No, I memorized it a little ahead, right?
A little better, yeah.
A little ahead, maybe like a few.
Was it 09 or was it 08?
Jaden, don't confuse me. All the more I'll get confused.
I think you're on lock.
Oh, really? I love
Yeah. Here. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely on lock. Oh. Suddenly I don't know what to use it for.
There. It's not locked.
That was on lock. Okay, fine.
Oh, you're resetting your dentist appointment is moved.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hi guys. Guys, say hi to BELAMOUR.
Woo! She's also on live right now.
I'm on live right now.
So once again, top of the morning, may bukad sa tanan to mga viewers. We have people on the live chats right now. If you have questions, family members, friends of BELAMOUR and of Jaden, send them over sa chat box right now because they can read it in live time, you guys. Can you read from your side, that side, Jim?
Yeah, I can.
Hi, Joel Lim, top of the morning, and Zarek Leona, Bert, they're our usual, top of the morning gang.
Yeah.
It's not complete without them. Chester Garcia. Garces, sorry. Wait, kubag mata, you know. We have Ray, De Carlos, Wendy Chong Peña. Hi, guys. If you guys have any questions for our ladies today, let us know. Yeah.
Let me just post this out and give me a second.
Yeah, no problem, JG.
Shout out to Miss Narvios.
Hi, fourth. Is that fourth?
Hi,
Like
ikaw
fourth,
ba yung
fourth?
nag-audition sa PBB?
Yes, this is Jaden.
Jaden, are you single?
Ala.
I'm double.
Double, triple.
I'm triple.
Casey?
Triple.
Hi, Casey.
Shout out Ella.
What does it mean to be triple? What does that mean?
At this point, I
Three
don't
people.
know.
Triple na lang.
You're gonna have to contend with 3 people at least, right?
I think it means I'm twice as single.
Nice. So our camera tune is that one. That's the one that works for us. For Belamour, we have 2 cameras, guys. This one right here, and then the other one right there. So it's up to you.
Ending fairy.
It's up to you where you guys would like to, shift your view. Yeah.
Casey, stop. Nagkakilala
Oh,
ba
really? That's
kayo
Casey, as in Casey.
Nagkakilala ba kayo ni Rain dati sa audition po? No, actually, ironically, since Rain was from Cebu, I was never able to meet her during
Only
the audition.
who was your
Only
friend?
Kai.
Only Kai.
Because Kai and I were together at the auditions and we were always paired up or partnered up for the group auditions.
Yeah.
Narvios coolest sibling?
Yeah.
Wrong. Report comment.
No.
Report
Yes,
comment.
yes. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. And also, Casey's coolest sibling. Sorry, Sean. Sorry, Andrew. But that's the truth.
Andrew coolest sibling? Sean coolest sibling?
No.
Caleb coolest sibling?
No. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
That's fine, Jiggy. Go ahead.
Even since before, so Jiggy still sound the same. Like, no change.
What does that mean?
That means branding and originality.
All music Christmas special. Is that what it's called? All music.
All music. All Christmas. Oh. All music.
Musical
A
art?
musical Christmas. A musical Christmas special.
Musical
Okay,
Christmas
perfect.
special.
Yeah. We're gonna post it para people will join the link now and they'll send in your
Musical.
questions right away also.
So we're gonna have to belt into a song in the middle of our sentences.
Atay.
Okay, musical special ka.
So in the middle of speaking, they're gonna
Okay,
sing.
musical.
My op is here watching.
Who? William? Oh.
Your what? Your op?
My op.
Yeah, Jiggy, do you know what an op is?
No, I don't know what an op is.
Do you guys know what an op is?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, the Gen Z slang, he or she's an op.
You're talking as if you're not Gen Z.
Yeah, I know, but you guys are different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kinda enemy.
Yeah.
Someone that's like your enemy.
Oh,
Jiggy,
yeah.
is like
Like a
me.
friend of me, no?
Yeah, like a friend, like opposite, but,
Yeah.
op. Yeah.
What?
No, you guys are Gen Z, diba?
Shout
Yes,
out to
yes.
Seth and Yewon.
You guys are, currently, how old are you guys, man? 19?
I'm 17.
17?
And 19.
19. Oh, that's perfect balance then, because we have to.
Yeah.
You guys in college na?
Yeah, first year.
First year, and then grade 12.
Grade 12.
Okay, so first strand.
Guess the maknae, guess the maknae.
You're the maknae? Okay. You're the maknae? Okay, perfect. So,
How do you spell
ABM?
that?
I'm STEM.
STEM?
TVL.
Okay, TVL. And then, courses?
Computer science.
Computer science and...
Oh, really?
okay. So different ang college sa senior high school. I can imagine you guys. So it's good because then you can ask advice from your older members as to where. Okay. Where do you guys go to school, man?
Dallas College.
Okay, Veles.
We're in the same school.
Okay. UCLM, okay.
Yeah, and I'm from University of San Carlos.
San Carlos, okay. And then ang computer science is in the North
Talamban.
Campus, no?
Yeah, in Talamban campus. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I heard Veles is super
Oh, I don't
cutthroat daw.
actually barely.
Sige lang.
Guys, I'm sorry to ask, but do you guys have a Facebook page?
Yeah, actually.
And Belamour's with 1 L, right?
This is the one? This is the one?
Yes, we can tag you guys.
No, that's not you.
Oh
It's not there.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
Try daw Jaden to
Oh dear.
I have a look, Jiggy.
Is it like all caps lock, no?
Yeah.
All caps? Let me try how.
Hi, sir. Thank you for
Hi,
Carl?
Andrea.
Oh, Carl, how you doing, sir? Thank you for bringing them over. Thank you. Thank you so much.
BELAMOUR, right?
Yes.
Which one of these guys? Do you know?
Malagi ko no.
Di matag pa. Is it a page? Maybe we can mention it's a page. I think.
Like in the comments.
Yeah.
Di siya matag pero mention daw.
Okay.
Okay, hold on, Jiggy ha.
Put lang sa duwan the link. Put the link to YouTube.
Okay. Let's ask them. At
BELAMOUR. And who you are.
Why?
It's not showing.
Yeah, it's not showing.
My mom's freaking tempting to go home.
What do you have? What food do you have at home?
Lechon paksiw.
Wow, you guys like paksudo? I love
And
it.
yes, more lechon in the freezer too. That's how you
know.
That's how you ask your kids to go home.
That's very convincing.
I think you can tag them after na lang, Jig, after this is posted na.
Okay. Sige, posted na?
Okay, but the link to your, here you go. We put on the link?
Yeah, put the link.
Okay. I'm afraid to mess up with your phone.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the lechon was left over from Sunday.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
Oh, Kalamit, yeah. Do you guys live near here?
I'm from Lapu-Lapu.
Lapu-Lapu, okay, quite far. Mandaue.
Consolacion.
Liloan. Oh, they're all really far.
Yeah.
Talisa. We're from Talisa also. Yay! So we're all from really, really far.
All of you require passports and visas to get there. Right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
can you believe they practice until like what? 9?
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Okay, live in the studios of 105.1 TMC.
Aside from our very special guest, Jaden Narvios, the cooler sister of the Narvios sisters.
Yeah.
Cooler sister of Jaden, Justin Narvios is not only less cool, she's also less logical. Justine Narvios, who's here right now. Justine, can you kindly introduce to us our other batch of musical artists? This is our musical Christmas special. So I am okay, Boong, kung we're gonna belt into a song in the middle of our sentences, right?
Especially when Jiggy does it.
Yes,
Don't
of
be
course.
surprised.
Yeah. Because this is like a musical. Think the greatest showman slash Slala Land
Plus like a K-pop idol show.
and a bit of Wicked, right? A bit of Wicked.
Okay, yeah,
a
for
bit,
sure.
Just a bit of Wicked.
Yes.
And maybe like a Miss Saigon.
Yeah, for sure.
Hints of Miss Saigon musical.
Yeah.
Yes. Who are these people who are here? Who are these lovely and talented individuals right in front of us? Tell everybody who they are. Go ahead.
All right, guys. So if you're tuning in, or if you're loyal to us at Top of the Morning or 105.1, we're always playing their hit track, Tara Na. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome BELAMOUR.
Please introduce yourselves. Come on, go ahead.
We'll go from here to there. And then kindly speak closer to
I don't think that microphone works. Okay, just use this one microphone.
okay.
And the other microphone. Careful
So
with the
2
headphones,
mics.
yeah. There you go.
Okay,
Okay, go
perfect.
ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna do our greeting once. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, march towards the cosmos. We are. Naguna siya, guys.
Say one more time. Okay.
That's fine.
It's okay. That's the beauty of live performances.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. In
March
3,
to-
2, 1, let's go.
March towards the cosmos.
Reach.
We are BELAMOUR. Good morning, everyone. I am Fel. Good morning, everyone. I am Iona.
Hold on, go ahead, please. Okay, that thing doesn't work too, so you have to use all of those things.
Oh,
Okay.
this one.
Okay, go ahead.
So we have Fel, Iona, sorry. Mikai,
And I'm Athena.
and Athena. Hi, ladies. Welcome to the show. So I know it's your first time here at Tops, and it's your first time also at Tops Media Center. We're so happy to have you. We're always playing your music, Tara Na. So how have you guys been? How's your Christmas vacation na? Not yet pa?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're pretty much just relaxing at home and
Bed rotting.
Bed rotting.
Yeah, do you guys know what that means?
Yes.
Yeah, so stay in bed all day. But it's a positive thing, right? And we all actually like to do that. And kanina Jiggy mentioned how his mother's making paksiw, and then I love it because all 4 ladies, literally their eyes lit up. They were like, paksiw. So have you guys been enjoying all the home what do you call that?
Christmas home cooking?
Home cooking?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Do you guys cook?
No, I do.
Oh, you cook. Si Mikai cooks.
Okay,
Michaela?
okay.
Mikai, right. So Mikai cooks.
You know what? You mentioned the word bias, right? And when
bias.
when I first heard the word bias, when my daughter said that, like, what the hell does that mean? Like, what is bias? So she explained to me what it means. It means nga kinsa imuhang mahugog paborito, di ba?
Yes,
So
exactly.
here's what I want you to do, guys. If you don't mind, okay? I want you to say your name, okay? And then tell me about who you are. How are you different from the other three? Okay, in terms of
That's nice.
in terms of your personality, in terms of your style, in terms of your overall character. Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you were like a cartoon character, what would you be? Like, who would you be?
It's kind of like when you listen to the Avengers and then they introduce themselves and they're like, "Oh, this is my superpower."
Hi,
right?
I'm Incredible Hulk. I'm always angry. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Belamour, and these are their, how do I say it? Their superpowers.
Yeah,
I would say.
superpowers. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I'm Fel.
Hi, Fel.
Good morning. So I think one thing that makes me unique out of the girls is that kanang I'm very serious, like personally.
Serious?
Like I have like an
can see that.
RBF on every
Okay.
day, but when I perform on stage, dira na magawa sa akong facial expression.
Okay.
And if I were a cartoon character, I think the one that would suit me the best would be Raven from Teen Titans.
Exactly. Raven from Teen Titans.
Right?
Yeah, I see that very much.
Dili lang same ang akong outfit.
Okay.
I'm wearing yellow clothes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
but if
I
you were
were
black.
or like kanang a cloak, I would probably like be Ravens.
Yeah, I
So,
see
yeah.
that. I see that very much. And
Raven.
Fel, you're from Velez, right?
Yes, I'm
and
from
you're currently
Velez.
taking up
Medical technology.
medical
Oh,
technology. So
okay.
shout out to everyone who's
All
from
the
Velez
med tech
as well.
students out there, thank you.
Yeah.
This is Fel.
This is Fel,
Yep.
right?
In case you're wondering what you're listening to Belamour. They're here live in the studios of 105. Together with, of course, we have Jaden Narvios, who I just saw her yawn just moments ago. Are you bored out of your mind? No, you're not, right?
We're
You're
just
not.
jiggy because of the vacation, mga guys. We didn't have like an alarm clock, so our body clocks really messed up. Like we sleep, what time? Like 1 a.m. watching Netflix, and then we wake up like what? Lunchtime. So forgive us.
It's just pretty awkward, right? Kada bang live, the phenomenon of a live camera ba, right? Like right now for all of us, kami ni Justin diri, our cameras are on like for the entire duration of the show,
like,
right?
4 hours.
So we could be picking our noses, we could be scratching our backs,
We
you
could
know.
be munching
We could be having an argument and
Yeah.
all of that stuff, and we could be yawning just like you did,
Yeah.
and that's fine. So next
Exactly.
character, next bias, if you will, next.
Okay, they requested me to go next.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Athena. I would like to apologize first of all because my voice is kind of hoarse.
That's fine, Athena.
Yeah, we've been
Like a bedroom
doing
voice.
something that is so
Oh,
perfect.
something.
Preparing for something.
Yeah, we're cooking something.
Oh.
But yeah, aside from
Can't
that,
wait.
wait, what do I start with even?
Yeah. Yeah. What makes you
Okay.
unique, or who are you in Belamour?
Okay. If we're really going to like technicalities, I'm like the center and sub vocalist of Belamour.
Okay.
But as a person, all I can say is that I really like to sleep a lot, and that's my talent. That's my
Oh.
superpower.
that.
Wow.
I can sleep anywhere. Like
Oh.
dadon ko ninyo og kana
Pwede
kananan, I can sleep there.
Yeah.
Pwede ka
Yeah.
magtindog, matog.
Yes, I think
Really?
so.
That's
Wow.
real
If I'm
skill right
sleepy,
there.
if I'm
Wow.
tired enough, I could do that.
Oh.
And then maybe another thing that
Was that like
could-
acquired, or did you have to learn that sleeping skill?
I actually don't know. I think I acquired it throughout.
Maybe it's a natural skill.
Yeah,
Okay.
my natural skill maybe.
Because like I'm so used to attending events that I can actually stand while I'm sleeping too.
Yeah. I
So,
think-
but I did a lot of practice.
Yeah, to stay awake.
Yeah.
So Athena,
No, not to say asleep.
Oh, to stay asleep, right? And Athena, you're currently studying at USC.
Yes.
Right, taking up computer science.
Yes.
Right. So and I actually like your name. It's
Really?
Very
yeah, but it's a Greek.
mythological.
Yeah.
First name?
Mythological.
Yeah, that's their first name.
Okay, Athena.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Athena with a double E to make it
Okay.
more unique.
okay, Athena with a double E.
So
Yes.
aside from being a sleeper, what else?
What makes me different, I guess, would be that I'm not wearing it right now, surprisingly, but I really
Yeah?
love pink.
Oh.
Yeah, I really love
okay.
pink. I would wear if I had, but I've been wearing pink for the past few days. That's why I'm not wearing pink anymore.
Okay.
But I guess you can see it
Your
with
bracelet.
the bracelets that I'm wearing. And so people compare me to like the character Glinda, actually,
There,
because of
perfect.
Of Wicked.
with my blonde hair and
yes,
my
yes.
pink stuff.
Yeah. Sleeping
Oh,
Beauty.
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
She wears
I
pink
forgot
too.
that. I
Oh,
forgot
perfect.
about that.
Okay, so we have
Yeah.
Raven from Teen Titans. You have Sleeping Beauty / Glinda from Wicked. I love that. So thank you
Yes.
Thank you so much, Athena.
Thank
we'll
you.
have our next girls next. Si Mikay.
So first, what makes me unique? I actually don't know. Charot. Kana. Pero, I think, sa Belamour, I am the one who cooks for them and
Oh.
drives. I know how to drive.
Oh
Pero,
wow! So you're the mom.
yeah, I'm
Your
Well,
mother.
but we're all considered as like the mom of the group. We have different roles, but yeah, we can
That's
like guide
nice.
each other.
So after your late night practices, when you're hungry, you all look to Mikay.
Yeah, if we.
Or
You
your
know,
food
if
you
they
make.
go to our house, yeah,
Ah,
I cook for
sleepovers.
them.
Speaking
yeah.
of food, so what would you say is your best dish, Mikay? Like if you
Oh.
were to like cook something right now for like us at TMC.
Oh, my go-to dish to cook spam musubi.
Spam
And-
musubi?
And
Oh,
if
I
you
like
want
that. I like that. I like spam
something
musubi.
hot and like
Spicy?
a soup.
Oh.
I make egg drop soup.
Egg
And-
drop soup.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay.
That's yummy.
Yeah.
Is that like
Like
crab corn? Oh no, that's not,
no,
that's
no.
not crab corn.
It's basically egg with the soup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
okay,
scrambled
okay.
egg with
I
the
feel
soup.
like what they do, like the steamed egg.
Yeah, like that, something like that, but more
ganda.
soup.
Oh, those would actually go really well with spams. Oh my goodness, now I'm
Yeah.
craving for that right now. That's really good. So, but if you were to have a character, so we already had Raven from Teen Titans, we have Sleeping Beauty and Glinda from Wicked. So, who would you be?
I don't know. Oh my god. Any. Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Who?
Yeah, I love green. Like
Okay.
any superheroes or like any characters na green ilang color kay.
Yeah, like Hulk. But then I don't feel like based on my
I don't think I'm Hulk.
How about the character in Wicked?
I think
What's her
I'm
name?
Tiana because she also cooks.
Tiana from
yeah,
from
she cooks.
Princess
Yeah.
the Frog, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because she cooks. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and she
see
bakes.
that. And she
She's
bakes.
nonchalant.
I get that vibe from you. So
Really?
Mikay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mikay. Last but not least, we have our Maknae.
Hi everyone. What makes me unique kay
Yvonne, right? Sorry.
Iona.
Iona, sorry. So, guys, this is Iona. She's our Maknae, the youngest member of
Yes.
BELAMOUR. What makes her unique is...
If Mikay can cook, I can eat a lot without
Kana.
gaining weight.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you're an eater. We have a sleeper. We have an eater.
I have a cooker and
a dishwasher.
A dishwasher.
yes.
They're complete. They're complete.
Oh, BELAMOUR can be a restaurant then.
Yeah, I eat a lot and I don't gain weight, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's a superpower skill, right?
That means your metabolism's really
Something
like...
all one have.
Yeah, everyone wants to have that, no?
Another thing is that whenever I perform, I'm really different on stage and off stage. If I'm off stage, kay, I'm medyo like at sometimes like I'm very but on stage I can slay.
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
For sure.
Okay, okay. So you stand on business, like when it's time to perform, like game face on.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
So those are the characters of BELAMOUR, right?
Yeah.
So how did BELAMOUR start? What's the origin story of BELAMOUR?
Protocol na no, ako dyan maguna basta history sa BELAMOUR. Pero we started out as a kanang cover group. Actually, no, way before that, kanang we entered a voice lesson or voice workshop individually. So the first one to enter was Athena. I think 2013 or 2014. But then she left, and then 2014, that's when I entered the voice workshop. And then a few months later, Iona joined and Mikay joined. So wala pa si Athena ani na picture.
Okay.
Yeah. Pag pandemic, if I remember correctly, ni-ask among coach na, "Oy, do you want a new member?" I was like, "Sure, why not? Kay the more the merrier, di ba?" Yeah, mo to na-add si Athena, and then so good atong nga time been doing covers, K-pop covers, kay we all love K-pop jud, and aside anang voice workshop kanang we also love dancing, so mo to we ventured into the world of like K-pop, and then because we all know nga we can dance and sing, na any offer na mo nga, "Oy, do you want to make a song? Do you want to make a song?" I was like, "Sure, why not? Because this is a very great opportunity." So 2022? What to? 2022.
Okay.
Oh, so we started working on our first song pag 2022. Yeah. Thankfully,
Tara Na?
yeah, thankfully
okay.
na-release siya August 2023, and there we have Tara Na. Yeah. So basically,
Okay.
to sum up everything, we started out like individually sa voice workshop, and then na-form me dito, and then group may actually kay sa voice workshop we have recital every kanang end of the session, no? Then i-group me ana not by skills but by height.
By height. Yeah. No, because
Ah.
you guys wouldn't look bad on stage.
Oh,
Parang masaya ba?
by height. Yeah, so, niya, pag, ko nga, sige, ka-group me. Okay, same mag height. Like, oh, okay.
Can you like stand with them, beside them, kay, siya, okay, ka-group na lang kanila. Like, kahit me. Also,
So this is in the musical school,
Yeah.
school, right?
Yeah,
So this is not just somebody forming Bellamore yet.
Yeah.
Group ramo according to
yeah,
whatever looks good together, like looks cohesive, diba? Okay, so
But then who would have known, no, that that's for singing, right? But
Yeah.
you guys have so much, what's the word? Like when they chemistry
Yeah.
together,
Uh-huh.
even when they dance.
Okay.
So it's like a match made in
in
heaven. You have the
heaven,
sound
right?
effect.
Okay. Aba matindi!
No, that's the wrong sound effect. Wait,
Wrong
hold on.
sound effect.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. We gotta. There we go.
So
We have to wait for that.
you're formed as a quartet in that musical school, right? Music school. So how did it become Bellamore? Was it like, did the music school decide to make you a group or what? Or did you decide it on yourself? Or was there like somebody who said, hey, this is like a music group waiting to happen. Let's make this and call it Bellamore.
Yeah.
I think it's a mix of both nga. It was our decision, but also someone like came in and offered us to make a song.
Okay.
So yeah.
Group you guys.
Yeah.
For a group.
Because it has always been our dream to like perform on stage. So when we were given the opportunity to make a song and release it to the public, so needed to make a go. Okay, like why not, diba? It's like
exactly.
Yeah, like not everyone can receive that opportunity.
Exactly.
You know, I'm curious about, because you guys are a music group, you're a quartet, right? 4 of you. And then right across you is a solo artist. Actually, both of them are solo artists. Jaden she's solo, and her less cool sister, Jaden Narvios, is also a solo artist, right? So I'm curious about, like, what are the dynamics of a group? Because I can imagine you guys are all individuals as well, right? You're not just Bellamore as a collective. You're also, like you said, individual artists, because you mentioned you were individuals before you came into the group. So I'm sure it's there's a different dynamic for a group. Tell me about the challenges of being in a vocal group like Bellamore.
Okay, so I think one of the first challenges, you mentioned earlier that we really had great chemistry.
Yeah.
But we actually had to work to get to that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I kind of joined late into the group. So when I joined first, I was like, oh my gosh.
Was it awkward?
Yeah, it was awkward. I was sitting on her bed like this. I was about to fall off.
How do you build chemistry within a group? Because I know a lot of K-pop groups, or a lot of, they work towards that. Even in the industry, whenever they form, magaling mga love teams.
Yeah.
They try to build chemistry within. So how did Bellamore build your chemistry?
I think one of us I think one of us should do like the initiative to
make
a connection with the person jud. So
Okay.
kay mo build up man siya, because
And you get more comfortable. Would you also
Yeah.
say that it has to do with the number of hours you spend together?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
no?
yeah,
So the more you practice together, right? It's not always just serious. There are times when you practice that you would have, have fun and enjoy
Yeah.
behind the scenes,
I
right?
also think like it's something that I could relate to. No, like it's definitely about the failures that you experience together, and the arguments that you have and the fights that you have. I think that's what makes you guys closer.
Yeah,
No?
because when they perform together and it's a great performance, all of them it's a we thing. Like
Yeah.
we did it, guys. But then when one member is down, it also feels like all of us are down. No, that's nice.
You're both looking at Bellamore right now, Jaden Narvios and Jaden Narvios. What do you think is it in a group that you would like to have also? Not necessarily that you'll become part of a group, but what are the advantages you think from the outside looking in and into a quartet like Bellamore? Like, what do you envy about being in a musical group and in the meantime you're just being a solo artist?
Oh, okay. So I think if I were to speak in terms of performing and practicality, I really admire how you guys are able to lift each other up in a performance. Like when I tried performing with Aguila, our school dance troupe, for competition, I really felt how it's really an all for one for all thing. And for me, that type of bond is really something special. And like how when you guys perform, you can dance. Okay, then hangak lang sa, rest lang sa, tapos the other person can sing, tapos can fill in for that part niya, tapos your part na pod, shine na pod. This sort of like this area or this time where you can rely on each other, and that's for me that being able to rely on your groupmates is something very beautiful. And for me personally, as a soloist, I don't have that because I feel like that when I go up on stage, all the pressure is on my shoulders. And having a team, having people to share that pressure with, I think it's something beautiful. But that also comes with sharing your failures. So whenever you guys fail, everything it's everyone's fault. It's everyone's problem. And
One
I
for
think-
all and all for one, right?
I think having a team with you is something beautiful. But even as a soloist, I still have my biggest supporters like my sister and my mom. So I think that's sort of what makes it as close as it can get.
How about you, Justine? What do you think? What do you envy about being in a musical group
Yeah.
like Belamour,
Yeah.
and compared to you just being a solo artist?
Yeah, so I think I really relate to Jaden. No, even though we're sisters, we very rarely perform together. And one of the main reasons as to that is because we have different styles and we kind of want to do our own thing. Although we do like collaborating together, we do make songs together and all that, it's really different when we're on stage. And I think it's really beautiful that you guys have that sense of synergy. No nga murag, when one person performs on stage, it's gonna be a new flavor when someone else also performs. It's kind of like when you're eating a bag of Skittles. And
Oh, okay.
Right? And then
My favorite color is green, by the way.
I like the orange one.
Okay.
I like the red one.
Okay.
Right?
The yellow
So
one.
do you see where I'm going with this? Like when you're in a group and
Okay.
you have like a bag of Skittles, for example, sometimes when you're eating one flavor, it would also be nice to taste another flavor. And it contributes to the whole experience that there are so many
The whole
different
bag of
flavors in
Skittles.
one bag.
Okay.
So I think that's what
So
I like.
Belamour is a bag of Skittles, in other words, right?
A bag of Skittles, I would say.
Okay.
No? There's purple, there's a pink, there's green. No?
You know what? One of the advantages of being a solo artist is you can do whatever the hell you want because you're just you, right?
Correct.
And in the meantime, you're a musical group, and we've read so many stories about kind of mag-away, magbuwag, di ba? Even in fact, it happens if the band or the group is successful, right? They become victims of their own success, and they want to go solo, right? So how do you feel about the challenges of being group and not wanting to sound or be who you are as an individual artist, and do something solo? Are you guys thinking about that, because you were a solo artist before you became a group, right? So how do you feel about that, and what are your inputs on how to stay together as a group?
That's a good question, no?
Oh my God, thank you so much for that question. Kanang, personally, I think one thing nga makapastick na mo together as a group is our dream, jud, our success.
That's nice.
Because, I mean, yeah, we're solo artists.
Yeah.
Before we became a group, but personally, I can't see myself nga mo perform alone without them.
You
Kay-
guys all feel the same?
Okay, we've been together since like they were 12.
I was third grade.
Oh, you were in third grade. Like, dugay na jud kayo mi.
All four of you?
Yeah, all four.
Whoa, okay.
No. Siya kay baguhay lang, but like kanang kami 4K medyo dugay-dugay na sa jud. So
Okay.
even though we can perform individually, personally I can't see myself as a solo artist because kanang murag I got comfortable na sad na there's people I can lean on to during performances. So I think what we could do to keep this group together is just to kanang use our dream to perform on stage, and hopefully one day makaatuog man nila to perform.
Yes.
As a
Yes.
motivation, yes, manifesting. And basically magbond lang jud. Kanang
Okay.
keep the chemistry going.
Okay, so 4 different ladies united by one dream. That's how we would say it, right? So guys, if you're listening to us on 105.1 right now, and you're wondering what the heck is going on, we've got a musical Christmas special for you guys. We've got my sister Jaden Narvios.
Hi, it's me, Jaden.
And we also have Belamour at the studio. Hello. So shout out to all those who are joining us in the chats right now. Kuya Magic's listening. He said, sorry I can't be there, but collab soon, you guys.
Okay, so you, as an individual, said that you've been around for such a long time, and you can't visualize yourself how it is to perform without the other 3 members. How about you? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about my question? I think this is an individual question. This is not a group question. So my question again is, how do you feel about the challenges of being in a group? Now you hear so many stories about groups breaking up because they want to do their own thing. How do you feel about that? Because that is a very normal urge to want to be your own person, right? I mean, like it happens even in families, right? I mean, families, they want to stand out. They want to leave the family because they want to do their own thing. And this is, of course, a group. If you've been together for such a long time, it feels like family, right? So, but still, a family needs to break apart sometimes so that you can do your own thing. How do you feel about not, especially at this early stage in your career as musical artist, to not have that urge to want to be your own artist?
Well, earlier you guys mentioned, Mano, that the glue that keeps them together, Jiggy, is the dream.
Yeah.
The dream.
Is the dream.
Okay.
So I think maybe we can delve into that, siguro.
Yeah.
So according to one of your members, si Fel, one of your dreams is to perform in Manila. What about you guys? Unsa man gid ang dream of BELAMOUR? I know we can't really like.
What is your common dream?
Yeah, because we can't say like there's only one dream.
Yeah.
Good. What do you guys?
So while answering that question earlier, you can also maybe answer that by telling everybody what your dream as a collective is, and maybe what your own individual dream is.
My own individual dream is that hopefully na maka-reach good, make bigger stage good, like outside the Philippines. But for that to happen, I feel like dapat go through sa Misa, Cebu, Manila, and then outside na good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
or the platforms are changing, guys. That's what we're aiming for in TMC. Actually, we want to uplift Cebuano talent, and we strongly believe that although that's the formula, Cebu, Manila to the world, there's so many talented people, not only in this room, Jiggy, but all over Cebu. And so they're just waiting for a platform, and they're just waiting for that chance, because we can make it big just in Cebu, actually. Cebu to the world. I really do believe that. So we're hoping for that dream as well. How about you guys?
My dream, same as Aona. I want us to perform on bigger stages and bigger events. I think it's not impossible, man.
Yeah,
Kay, I think we can do it. Yeah. Pero kanang I think little by little lang jud nga kanang mo perform outside Cebu.
Okay.
Manila, and then
the world, perhaps, right?
The world,
the entire world.
You mentioned earlier nga you guys are K-pop fans, right?
Yes.
You love K-pop, and all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, comes Beanie, right? The first local musical group that made it big, not just nationwide, but even in a global scale. An argument can be made that they have gone global. How do you feel about Beanie? Do you feel inspired about them and all of that stuff? Go ahead.
Yes, we are really inspired by Beanie jud kay. Beanie, they're not koan man sad, like they started from the bottom. They didn't like start out being super famous, and we really respect them for that. Kay we also saw how nagka-struggle sila sa ilahang identity management, or maybe even like some little things like the views and the finances, maybe not really sure, but seeing them like come this far, then makathink sa mi nga maybe us sad, no, like yeah. So maybe we're just kind of waiting for a moment, or like Ate said, a platform to go bigger. And then like aside from being inspired or like motivated kay murag seeing Beanie, like they're setting the standard so high, I won't call it like we're scared, but like
it's a challenge.
It's a challenge. Okay, we also want to reach that kind of skill set or that kind of chemistry set when performing on stage. So they really set the bar for us. Like mo jud sila mong motivation as P-pop artists.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what, guys? I'm also curious. Diba sa TMC, our goal is really to promote Cebuano talent to the world, right? And so a big part of that is what makes a Cebuano magiday. What is Cebuano talent like? Like, how would you say? Because I think you guys can relate to this, and Jaden could relate to this once upon a time too, when she was doing mga K-pop covers. Usahay, i-compare bitaw ta nga murag K-pop. K-pop, like they're doing K-pop, so it's not original. So it's not, Do you guys ever get that sometimes?
A lot
like,
of
diba? That's a
times.
criticism. Like, why should we support this group? Yeah, it's a K-pop group.
So are you at that stage in your careers, I guess, as musical artists, that you want to be able to do your own thing, or are you still in this whole imitation game stage yet? I mean, like, what is that? Are you trying to be original from the get-go? Or unsa man? Or are you trying to sound
Are you
like...
allowed to talk about...
You can talk about anything, okay?
Music and anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know, we know it's been like a long time, really long time already, but we're actually working on our second song.
Okay.
Woo!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Recently, and something that we've always been talking about when making our song is how do we make it not like this or not too similar to
Not the
this?
same.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the twist or the
Not similar to
uniqueness
not
it.
similar to what? To the previous song or to the other artists? Okay.
Other artists. Yes, we want to really make it stand out.
Okay.
Because we want like not only the song itself but also the lyrics. So we've really been working into the second song before we release it.
Okay, perfect. Is there
So-
anything you can tell us about like the genre of it? Na lang siguro,
Is there like a timetable for,
yeah,
the,
or
for,
like, do
for
you
the
have
song also?
when ka siya ma-release?
Is it going to be released today?
Tan, tan, tan.
Who knows?
Or maybe
Today and then
if,
kita ang mo first play?
if not today, maybe at 12 noon.
Okay, so for our second song, it's like a continuation of the first song,
Okay.
kumbaga. Because our
So tara
first
na
song
is tara na, di ba? Tara
because
na,
our
naabot
first-
na mo. Tara na.
Like something like that, sir. So Tarana is just about empowerment, like going like
encouraging.
Oh, empowerment, encouraging.
Let's go.
Like, sige, padayon lang ana. Yeah, sa our second song, di lang ko ma-mention sa title. Sa among second song,
What's the title of the song?
They don't want to say yeah.
Did you say you don't want
Kapit na to, Jiggy, almost.
Did you say you didn't want to say the title of the song
not
Can't Stop? Is that what you said? You can't say the title of the song called Can't Stop?
No. I can't say the title yet.
They can't say the title yet. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
but basically it's like a continuation, like I said, sa Tarana, because Tarana again is like kanang going towards your dream, like padayon lang jud this and that. So sa among second song, kay basically you're there na and you get your reward for kanang working so hard after kanang many obstacles and such. So it's basically just your reward after kanang working so hard.
Okay.
And the genre, I would say it's pop gihapon.
Is that a genre that like when it comes to making the songs, for example, do you guys write your own lyrics?
Yes, actually.
Okay, perfect.
We write our own.
So
lyrics.
Tara Na was also written by you guys.
Yes.
And
Is
then
it like,
this
is it
next
like one person that does most of the writing, or like is it like a collaborative effort all the time?
Evenly.
Okay.
We contribute evenly.
That's nice.
Okay.
Yes, including our producer.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay. So
I'm,
that's
I'm wondering how what the dynamics are of that, right?
Yeah, like who gets to choose which
yeah,
part?
like, I don't like that.
Sabot-sabot ra mo, no?
I don't like this part. Why is that there? Remove that. You know, how does that work? Do you all try to be agreeable and just agree on everything, or is there like fights and all that stuff? You have to. You have to like.
Actually, wala pa jud nagka big fight jud
Okay.
within the group. But regarding sa parts, kay what we do, kay naman me like melody na and lyrics daan that we made.
Okay.
And then when we record the draft, kay we all go and record that part of the song, and then the producer usually
choose na.
will choose kasi
Which
pinaka fit
sounds-
diri or like
Okay.
kami mismo moingon nga I don't think I can perform this live. I'm not comfortable singing this
Oh, right.
range.
Exactly.
And kami na mo back out mismo. So we don't really have that that big of a disagreement when it comes to parts. Pero like moingon sa mga hala ganahan ko ani like reserve ko ani nga part and then
And then
reserve or
I
like
call dibs on this part.
Yeah, or
and you guys are okay with that? That's
Yeah.
like, sabot-sabot lang.
Yeah.
You know, one of the stories that I heard is that the Beanie members are not allowed to have boyfriends. So I'm curious. Do you have like a no boyfriend rule
Policy
for
or something like that?
for Bellamore?
No,
Or-
because we're not in a company, but like,
Okay, all right.
we're just like a normal person.
Yeah, we're just normal people
Okay.
making songs. So we don't really have like a contract that binds us or
Okay,
something.
so they're
We're
normal
just-
people, Jaden and Justin.
So-
That means they all have boyfriends. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean by normal people?
Oh, okay. So I guess it means they're all looking for ala. Or they're all single and ready to mingle. Patay. Triple.
Triple.
Dili single.
Triple pareha ni Jaden. How do you balance
cute.
it out? So if you have a boyfriend or whatever, or school, Veles college is not a walk in the park, right? Dili man na
Not.
sayo,
I'm
di ba?
really hanging on.
So how do you balance? How do you make your life normal? I guess with all of these things that you have to think about.
I guess I kanang schedule everything jud because kanang sa college isn't the same as high school man or elementary. Kanang the schedules are very weird. Kanang I make sure na during my free time I always make time for myself, and if not mangani mo practice kinagmay and stuff.
That's true. Because being in a group, I think the most difficult thing, no, and that's also one of the advantages for us solo artists, Jaden. We can choose your own schedule. Like we can practice whenever we want. I can practice like in the bathroom of the school. Like like
In the bathroom of the school?
yeah, like if you
Have you ever done that?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
times,
goodness,
yeah.
really? Maunsa
Or
mga
in the
janitor
car.
may buong lang janitor kisa man ang gakantingog-tingog diha.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Yeah.
Pero when you're in a group, you have to consider when is the other member.
Yeah, that's why. That's
When
why.
is your
So how does that work?
Yeah, and then after classes pa, all of you guys are schooling. We have 2 students here from UCLM, right? And then one from USC and one from Veles. Those are all. Where's UCLM? Where's that located? Palaho?
Near the first bridge,
Okay,
like
so they're
under
all
first
way far
bridge.
apart. One of you guys is in
Well, I think
Caloocan.
that's UC University of Cebu Lapu-Lapu branch or something like that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
UCLM and Veles, they're all far apart.
Yeah.
So then they'd have to convene
Yeah.
in one space at the end of the day.
The stars have to align.
And stars have to
So it is difficult for all of you to be able to mix school work and music Belamour work, maybe even make a boyfriend if you have any. I'm curious about the other artist here, Jaden Narvios, who was actually one of the members of a debate team that won in Manila, right?
Oh.
Yeah, congratulations to you,
A
Jaden.
marketing team too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a teamwork, right? But you were part of that team. But you're also that, and you also have a music career and all of that stuff. How do you juggle being excellent in school at the same time trying to be the best that you can be as a musical and dancing artist? Go ahead, tell everybody. What's your secret, Jaden? Go ahead.
Actually, first, Sir Jiggy, I'd like to give a shout out to one of our members of the one that won in Manila, Jessie. Hi, Jessie. So our team was actually called the Ateneo Team of Marketers.
Okay.
And, I think balancing schoolwork with my personal interests is definitely something that I think is non-negotiable on my part.
Okay.
I really like performing on stage. I really like music as much as my sister, but I also really, really prioritize my academics.
Okay.
And ever since before, I've been an honor student, but my grades have been fluctuating, especially since the pandemic.
Okay.
So, like, instead of first, third.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I didn't like that.
Do you feel horrible?
Yes, I feel very horrible because
Okay.
for me, what matters more than the physical medal itself or than the grades itself is really the improvement, because I think it's an improvement in my character and how my study habits.
Okay.
And I think how I balance everything. This is gonna sound so funny, but I don't actually like practice. Yeah, I don't practice just like. It's a very toxic trait of mine, but only kung naano at performance, that's when I feel the need to practice, which is something I'm definitely working on.
Okay.
But I think in terms of balancing, I believe in the saying that doing one thing is a break from another.
Mhm.
So when I'm doing schoolwork, it's break from music, or when I'm doing music, it's a break from revo or volunteer work. When I'm doing volunteer work, it's break from schoolwork. It's a mix of everything. So I think that's how I balance everything.
Okay,
I need to do.
because I guess the call for your attention has not been significantly increased from all these 3 things that you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Volunteer work in Revo and school in Ateneo and your music work. So not neither of the 3 is already calling you to spend more time on them. So my next question would be, what if one of them called and demanded for more time? Because for example, for example, Jaden Narvios has become this huge Billboard star. and you already have like a song in the Billboard charts, for example. And then it has required you to maybe perhaps stop the volunteer work or maybe even stop schooling because you need to go on a world tour.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just trying to picture a world for you, a situation for you when one of the 3 is demanding more time from you. Would you give in to that demand, or would you still stay and then make sure that you feed those 3 beasts: school, the volunteer work at Revo, and of course your music career? How would you attack a situation like that?
I think that's very interesting, Sir Jiggy. That question, it's definitely a dilemma for me personally, but I think how I tackle those kinds of situations.
See? There's a Jaden World Tour very soon.
Oh.
Yeah, according to Kyra. Yeah.
Oh my God, she's from my volunteer group.
Yeah, she's also the producer of your World Tour, by the way.
Yes, Kyra.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think how I balance that, or how I pick, definitely one thing that has been bothering me ever since before would be the fact that I try my best because I have a lot of interests, Sir Jiggy, and I feel like being a jack of all trades means being a master of none.
None, yeah.
And that would also mean that sometimes my performance here is half-baked. My academics are not the best, and for my volunteer work, I could have done better. And my mindset, every time I always regret, because I'm always thinking, well, I could have done my best. I could have done more.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I could have, would have. And those regrets, I think that's definitely what weighs me down. But then I realized that, for example, I had a similar situation. Not a world tour, but when I became governor of the Revo Eagles chapter in Ateneo, that definitely demanded more of my time as compared to those of which in performing or in my schoolwork. And so I think it's definitely what we like to call Bawi system.
Bawi system.
So if now I put most of my attention towards this and less of my attention towards this, then bawi lang ko next time. Like next time I'll interchange it. So it's definitely like, what's beautiful about that though is that my life has a lot of variety. But what's really harsh about that is that sometimes you feel like you're drowning in all this work and you don't know, like all you can do is pray. All you can do is pray for guidance in your decisions. So I think I definitely, one way or another, you'd have to make a decision. So I think it's just bawi na lang.
Bawi.
Yeah.
Live in the studios of 105.1 TMC, we have Justine and Jaden Narvios, the Narvios sisters, together with Belamour. I'm the only person here who can't sing.
No, that's not true, Jiggy. That's a lie. Come on, Jiggy.
He's
like,
no.
It's not true. That's not true.
So Justine, Justine, shut up.
I started an uprising.
Shut up.
I started an uprising,
Please,
guys.
we want to maintain our listeners, please.
That's funny.
Justine, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I think that's one thing that's really important that I noticed, guys. Know that I know about artists. And I think you guys can relate to this, that you have to have outside hobbies. You have to have a life outside of school. So I'll ask you guys in a bit about...
What's your answer? What's your answer?
My answer?
To that question, yeah. How do you do the balancing act?
Okay. Well, before I move on to my question too, I think it's just a matter of time management and understanding that you're blessed to have all of those facets of your life. And you're lucky that your life isn't just wala ka nakakulong to only one thing. Bitaw, like your life is unique in that way, and that you're given these gifts, and that you're given so much opportunities to shine outside of one part of your life. You can shine in schoolwork, you can be a good person to the community, you can help in this and that, you can shine at workplace, you can also do well in your studies and all that. So it's just a matter of time management and not putting too much so much eggs in one basket. That's one thing that our parents are very particular about. Like they tell us, okay, you have a gig, you have school, you just do that. When it's time to go to class, go to class.
Yeah, you can do that. Not put your eggs in one basket thing if you're young, right? If you have not found your calling, for example, and you have not committed to being this, for example, what if you become like a hotshot lawyer now?
Patay.
Right? So you're not going to be a singing lawyer. You're not going to be a singing lawyer, are you? Or are you going to do that?
I think if the opportunity presents itself that I'll still be able to release music, even if I would be a legal practitioner, then like why not? You know, as long as I'm abiding by, I'm not making any, not mixing the two together. I think you can always be. I don't believe in like the Hannah Montana life. I don't believe
the Hannah Montana life.
I don't believe.
Wait. Yeah. You have to explain to us. Number one, who Hannah Montana is. And number two, what is the Hannah Montana life?
For those who are uncultured, who don't know who... You guys know who Hannah Montana is, right?
Of course I know Hannah Montana, but I have to assume that some of our listeners don't know who Miley Cyrus is and don't know who Hannah Montana is.
So Hannah Montana is this...
What is the Hannah Montana life?
It's a Disney character when she lives two lives. So she has a secret pop star life, and then when she wears a wig and everything.
Okay.
And then she's also like a normal regular student by
Okay,
day.
okay.
So the problem with that, Jiggy, that I see,
The problem with the Hannah Montana life is...
yeah, that I think that even Bellamore and Sila Jaden can really relate, is that maglisod kag apas when you are two different people at the same time. You
Okay.
cannot do that.
Okay.
You can be one person, and then you have two different facets of yourself. Like I am Justine, I am an artist, and I also study law, like that. But it's so difficult to like try to pretend to be two different people at the same time.
You can actually, but you can't be good. You can't be great at being two people at the same time.
Like-
You're a half and half.
There needs
Yeah.
to be
A commitment, right?
I forgot what's the word with that. An intersection between the two lives.
Okay.
No, so like in psychology, for example, they have that when you're trying to portray two selves.
Okay.
There will always be that disparity in
Yeah,
between, and you'll always
absolutely.
suffer.
Yeah.
You'll always feel empty. So para di come empty, that's why you need to have variations of yourself. So one person but different facets. Na lang.
Okay,
So
okay.
which then I don't know if my answer like made sense, but
Okay.
which then would lead me to my next question. I'll ask Jaden first,
Go
and
ahead.
then you guys. So I'd like to ask about your hobbies outside of performing, because we're not only trying to get to know
Hobbies.
Jaden or Bellamore as artists, but as people as well, no?
Volunteer work is her hobby.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So that's for Jaden. I'll
Okay,
give
go
you
ahead.
guys
What's your answer, Jaden?
Time to think.
Yeah.
So maybe there's also something that you'd like to talk about, like any.
What are your hobbies, Jaden?
kanang,
What
you
do you do when
any-
you're
How
not
do you practice your hobbies?
when you're not volunteering, when you're not singing, when you're not in school? That leaves you like 1 minute left in the day for a hobby. So what's
Yeah.
your 1 minute hobby?
Oh my God. So something my dad always tells me, Sir Jiggy, no? He
Okay.
always says na, like, you lose interest way too easily. Because when I was a kid, okay, I want to try learning piano. Okay, I'll learn
Okay.
piano. And then I'll self-learn guitar. And then I'll self-learn gymnastics. And
Mhm.
so many interests that I had no time for any of them na.
Okay.
But I think one thing that definitely stuck with me ever since I was young would be volunteer work.
Okay.
Because my dad is the founder of Revo, Cebu chapter.
Okay.
And ever since I was young, I was brought up in our culture, even in just our family, to always give without counting the cost.
Mhm.
And how I practice these hobbies, for example, not only as governor of our school chapter, the Revo, but also as a member in itself in the Cebu chapter.
Okay.
We try our best to give to the community, the surrounding community, not just in terms of our services as emergency responders,
Mhm.
but also in terms of humanitarian response. So, for
Okay.
example, when there's a fire like the one in Basak, Mandaue, or the one in Gizo, Barangay Gizo, we were able to provide, our humanitarian team was able to provide goods to help these people respond in times of crisis, to cope with the calamities. And I think that it actually is very timely, because last night we stayed up all night packing 100 bags worth of goods, donations for families in our annual Revo Christmas drive, which we are going on tonight,
Later.
12 midnight.
12 midnight.
Yeah, so I'd just like to take this opportunity this time to thank all our donors, all our benefactors. Thank you so much for your donations. They're going to a good cause, and I'd also like to promote our Revo, our Christmas drive. Also, if you guys have any more donations, clothes, money, monetary donations, canned goods, they would be greatly appreciated. Just feel free to message me, and we'll be grateful for any amount and any donation that you're willing to
So
give.
which one would they message? What account is this?
You can message me, Jaden Narvios, at Facebook, or at Jaden Narvios on Instagram as well.
Good morning, RMCO621.
Good morning.
Sounds like an AI or a robot. Kyra Shanae.
RM.
Kanapatis, 1997. Matt Melgar, Joel Lim, Danielle Jade
Melgar.
Sanding.
Matt.
And the rest of the guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
So your question still stands.
Yeah. So for Bellamore, what do you guys like to do outside of singing? What are your hobbies, or what are your interests outside of music?
Okay, so outside Bellamore, and aside from dancing, personally, since I have very little time na lang for myself, considering I'm a medtech student, yeah, my schedule again is very weird. What I do when I am free is that I read like ebooks.
Oh, okay.
Ebooks, okay.
I read ebooks. If dili man gani, if my time isn't enough, okay, I watch movies, specifically horror movies.
Oh my God.
okay.
I can't
Because-
say I don't expect that.
Because I really love horror, but I don't like gore.
So how does that work? How does that work? Most horror movies are gory.
But no.
Oo, mostly supernatural. Pero I can handle gore naman. Kaso not very gore na gore. So when
Gore na gore.
not
I
gore na
like-
gore.
That sounds like a meme waiting to happen. I can handle gore naman, but not gore na gore.
I love that. No?
Kanang makawatch ko sa movie, but like na moments nga, oh, I have to back away because I can't handle that. But I love the movie.
So
I love the
ghosts,
scare factor.
Ghosts and stuff like that. You like those supernatural,
Yes.
but not like
Like-
psycho killer.
No, like na Chainsaw Massacre. No, I can't handle that.
Oh, okay.
It's so.
At least that's something that you and I and Jiggy have in common. No, kami ni Jiggy, we don't like ungo-ungo. Di ba, Jiggy?
You don't like ungo.
Wait. Nope. We'll watch the film like this.
Kansi mi sa among gibayad kay di mi makadong di sa mi makakita. Can we cover our ears and our eyes?
So
Yeah, we can only taste it if we
Films and books.
Okay.
Yes.
Horror books as well?
No, I'm more
Horror-
of a romance book
Oh.
enjoyer.
Okay, that's opposite. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's cool. So romance books and film.
Yeah.
Horror films in
Horror
particular.
films, yes.
That's
Okay.
for Fel.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, same yun yata, Fel. I read, but like physical books good. Yeah, aside reading kay, I love watching Formula 1.
Oh.
I love it.
Wow.
Leclerc.
Yeah,
Is that the one? Leclerc.
I'm a huge F1 fan. Yeah, shopping for F1 merch. That's what I love.
F1
to do.
merch?
Yeah, like I tried to
Very
look for like
expensive.
kanang like
A
dupes.
dupe. Who's your favorite racer?
Carlos Sainz.
Oh. Who's the one I like, Jaden? There's that one I showed you on
I
TikTok.
like Ollie Behrman.
Oli Behrman, yeah.
Is that the one I like?
Oh, he's in F1 now.
Oh, he's in F1 now, because...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the youth now, they're really
they're-
into that.
they're
no? Is it-
geeking
is
out
it
on F1.
Netflix? Or where do you guys watch that? Yeah, YouTube?
That was a TV series about. There was a
I
movie
just-
about F1, right?
Yeah.
Like a
Senna.
series, yeah.
Yeah, Senna. I got into F1 this year because my brother was watching it and I was curious like unsa niya gitan. Oh, so I decided to watch with him. Yeah, murag,
You're like, wait, the drivers are kind of...
yeah, Carlos Sainz.
They're kind of what?
I don't think they're kind of...
They're kind of mainit, right? Mainit.
Kinda.
Yeah.
They don't care about the cars. They're like, kinda.
No, actually,
It's just the car.
Aba matindi!
at first I was like nalingaw ko sa iyang thrill good like kasi makadaog ani na race and
Yes, exactly.
yeah, kana.
And the training, the discipline, I think you can
Yeah.
relate to that, Kamo, as
Yeah.
artists, no? Like,
Okay.
it's crazy.
How about
Thank
you?
Yvonne, no?
Iona.
Iona.
Goodness.
Iona.
I'm sorry, guys. So, Iona. Thank you, Iona, our F1 racer.
Yeah. My hobby is like outside music. Okay, I do art related stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like visual art.
I think I also watch Ghibli movies on my free
Oh,
time.
Ghibli. Okay.
What's a Ghibli? What's
It's
that?
the kind
It's
of
an anime.
Ah, okay.
A very distinct
Yeah,
art style.
Yeah, very
Ghibli.
nice. Yeah. I also watch architectural stuff or like interior or like kanang mga makeovers sa ilang rooms.
Oh, like
yeah,
house makeover.
Yeah, that cuz like ma-inspire ko low-key.
Okay.
Low-key.
Does that relate to you being an artist? Do you draw? Like, are you into design?
I am into designs but like
She likes to customize.
Oh, okay. Fashion design.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so cool.
Yeah, you can tell by her outfit, right?
Oh yeah, I can
Her-
tell
her
that.
bu- her
Her
bu-
style,
her berluloy,
her
right?
style, her
Right?
berluloy.
Yeah.
So you're into the designing as well, styling and okay, that's cool.
Super.
Do you play that game? There's that game that I really like to play on Jaden's phone.
Just to
Dress to
impress.
Impress?
Yeah. Guys, it's so ironic. I'm into fashion, but I don't really play just
What?
to impress. I do before, but I have no time now.
It's not a game for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's serious. No, I hate that game because they only give you like 1 minute to prepare. And like,
Yeah,
my character,
it's so
I'm like,
pressuring. I don't
Jaden,
like
I
it.
want to change the aesthetic now. I want to do
What do you call the game again?
Dress
to impress.
Okay,
It's on Roblox.
I'm downloading. I'm downloading right now.
Roblox.
Okay.
You have to get Roblox first, though,
Yeah.
Jiggy.
Roblox.
Yeah, maybe Summer can help you with that.
Okay, please.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it's a really cool game because you can dress the character and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it's under this weird time pressure that makes me go crazy. Jiggy's opening like App Store right now.
Okay.
Roblox.
Next.
Okay. So thank you for that, Mikai. Thank you,
Mikai.
Okay.
Then.
So for me, I was gonna mention sleeping, but I mentioned it naman ganina. It's like
Kinda
my favorite
sleeping.
hobby, Jude.
Okay.
But I'm not really like that interesting of a person. So
really?
yeah. I just if I'm not like out there, you
Okay.
know. I guess it's my hobby as well to go out and
Okay.
yeah, spend time with friends. But aside from that, I really love reading. Pero manhwa, manga, webtoons.
Okay. So manga and other Japanese works, no?
Yeah, Japanese.
When you go out, what do you like to do when you go out? Because like I feel like when people say I like to go out, it's so vague. Like, go out
Oh,
where? Do
yeah.
you go to the tugs? Like, are you? Are
Oh yeah, I've never tried that though.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Or is it like go out as in eat out? Or
What's
go
a
out?
tugs? What do you? What's
Tugs? You know.
Tugs.
You mean to the club? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
how they got it right away.
Tugs can also mean go to the tug and go to sleep, right?
Oh, okay, that's also
Oh my
fun.
god, wait.
Now, that's
I
the
think I'm
tugs
gonna
that she
make that
does.
my new motto. I wanna go to
Tugs, which
Tugs.
means sleep. But going
Yeah.
out for Athena means?
I guess a part sad no nga I like about going out is getting ready actually. I was
Oh,
gonna say
okay.
that. It's a hobby to get ready.
Oh.
I really like doing my hair. Okay, my hair is dead. So
Oh,
I
my.
had to find ways to make it look pretty and that became a hobby. I also like
styling.
tampering with my makeup and stuff, experimenting. So sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and decide, I want to do this look. Yeah, so that's a hobby for me. So aside
That's a form of
from
self-care
that-
also.
Yeah,
no? You
yeah.
have to take care of yourself. And that would really help if you come up with an inspiration and you come up with a look and you're like, guys, I think we can use it for our next performance.
Yes,
right?
yes, super.
So it's nice, and as I mentioned earlier, thank you so much, Athena,
Yes.
no? How we need to have outside hobbies. Like I'm like si Jiggy, outside of this is actually a rock star. So
Yeah, I'm a
like,
rock star. Yeah.
So Jiggy likes to, di ba Jiggy, mag-ride ka, mag-motor ka, kanang, what do you call this?
No, I don't.
Not as much?
I don't do that.
Like,
I-
up to Tops raman, back
Yeah.
and forth ra. From the house to Tops.
Okay. We have John Andre Blanco says, "Let's go, Bellamore." And according to Kyra, Jaden's hobby kuno is teasing everyone.
Come on.
What is that all about?
I think I'm definitely known for that in
Okay.
my school.
Okay.
Being able to tease
You-
everyone.
she's the bully in the school, right? Right, Justine?
yeah,
Like you were also?
Hurt people? Hurt people. I'm kidding.
She's the bully because she bullies me.
Okay.
And my brother.
So before we get to the next question, I'd like to play your song
Yeah.
Tara Na, right? Let's do that. And John Andre Blanco, let's go, Bellamore. This one's for you guys listening to us on 105.1 TMC on your respective radio sets in the car, at home, and also, of course, listening to us on 105.1 on Tops Media Center on YouTube. Daghang salamat sa inyong pagpaminaw. Here's the hit song from Bellamore, their debut song, Tara Na, 105.1 TMC.
The best of us.
You're like, no?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Hold on.
We're with Bellamore.
Hello. You're pagaw mo din, no?
Yes. I just realized how bright it is in here.
Yeah, yeah,
It
that's
is.
right.
Definitely wakes you up in the morning.
Yeah, I got no it shrinks. I'm shriveled up into a even smaller size now. It's so
No,
hot.
that's how. Sometimes it's not even sunny right now.
It's so funny. The artwork looks like you're a fifth member.
Actually,
You see that?
That's cute. Hindi, wala use the restroom sa akin.
Alright, go ahead.
Thank you.
Look at
Sorry,
that.
guys.
Look at that.
Use the restroom.
Where's the restroom, by the way?
Here, in the end of the hall. What do you do?
After you lang?
Okay. I love the song. It's catchy. Like, you know, it's been stuck in my head for days. Like, when I heard it on the radio, yeah.
I heard yung choreo.
That's,
Yeah,
actually?
Every time, if I remember correctly, the practice is not that the among learning.
Yeah.
Oh, ay, the video, no?
After
Kasi audition sa bar.
Oh,
Nasa ganda
oh.
na practice to for Ateneo concert.
Oh,
That was so cute.
yeah.
Pero you know when Kuya Chess told me like about Bellamore, I was like, so nice, Jude. Like the quality of this song is so dili pang P-pop. Like I mean, not to downgrade P-pop. Because P-pop is amazing.
Yeah.
But then like you'd think it's something international, did ba? Like, actually, yeah. Like when I first heard Tarana, I was like, damn, this is it. You know? For the next song, is it gonna be like this vibe, on the fierce?
Actually, it's a combination of like so many emotions. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of leaning onto like a brighter concept.
Brighter, so something more like fun.
Yeah.
If this is fierce, this is giving gento. This is like
Yeah.
fierce. That one's gonna be like more like fun.
Yeah. If we were to describe it in a color, si Tara na kay purple, but the other song is pink.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I can't wait for like
your guys is like cute concept ba?
No.
No?
Actually, that's only like
Nagpinakuha pa ba na?
I want to try cute concept.
Cute
Oh,
concept.
siya,
Mas
siguro
siguro
si
si
Mikay
ang fit ang cute.
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys plan on having like subgroup na songs?
Not yet.
Not yet. That would be cool.
Actually,
Duo ba?
Nalang may duo na.
Sige, I'll see sa ha. Excuse me for a bit.
Hi, Jaden's live.
Balik.
I love that song. I never get out of that song.
All the best dishes from Japan, all originally roasted salmon.
Welcome the new year on top of everybody at Smooth's most iconic landmark tops. Let's count down to 2025 at the best place to be. Join us on our grand countdown meal at the top spin space. Dinner entertainment plus exclusive access to the Sky 360. 360 the best of the entire Smooth's fireworks celebration.
Yay, fireworks.
Year grand countdown. Welcome 2025 at 2,000 feet closer to heaven.
That was nice, Lee.
Huh?
That was nice. 2,000 feet closer to heaven.
This is our very special musical Christmas special with
Yeah.
no less than BELAMOUR live in the studios of 105.
Together with, of course, Jaden Narvios and Justine Narvios, who,
Hi, guys.
we forget that Justine is actually also a singer as well, right? She's not only a radio personality, my co-host on Top of the Morning, she's actually also a singer and soon to be hotshot lawyer.
Oh my.
11:39 in the morning. You're listening to Top of the Morning. And I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice. And BELAMOUR is here live in the studio. You just heard a song from BELAMOUR moments ago.
Yeah, we just heard this song, Tara Na.
Gipaagi na ko si Jaden sa iyang trono. Here in the studios of 105.1 TMC. Mura kong nahibong how did we fit in all of these big stars in one room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this, sunny morning.
Yes. So how do you I want to have like a big question about how they feel about the musical terrain now. Like I said, I set the stage earlier, right? You guys like K-pop. K-pop is a thing. And then Beanie is here, right? So nanatay gitawag na to proof of success, right? It can be done. There's a way to do this that we can go big. In fact, Beanie just had a successful concert here in Cebu, right? This was a few months ago, and murag daghan kay tog nasuko ato nga wa nakakita kay murag ang tickets kay limited ra kay we don't have, that's one of the
our venue
greatest tragedies here in Cebu. We don't have enough venues for big artists like Beanie to perform at, right?
Yeah.
So I heard they're building one in SM, right?
In front of Seaside.
That's 15,000. That's still small, but that's a start. That's a good start, right?
I'm
excited
for that.
Yeah. So how do you feel? This is a question for all of you. How do you feel about the current music terrain, not just in the Philippines, but in the world? And where do you put yourselves in that picture? Starting with Beanie. Let's have Beanie answer that. Did I say Beanie?
Yeah.
I meant the slightly bigger than Beanie band. That is BELAMOUR. Just ever so slightly.
Okay.
Because you guys are here, okay? Go ahead.
So, I think I'm speaking for all of us in terms of what we think about the music terrain.
Okay.
Pero,
I guess it's getting kind of competitive. Kay well, of course we see the good in it man nga. Like I said earlier, we get inspired, we get motivated kay naidaghan nga successful na sa atong industry, but then, that comes with other people also wanting to try it out and also having the same dream as us kay even though we're putting in the work, we had the dream, it's not only us in that kind of kanang situation man sad. So we do appreciate naman sad nga the competition. We also deem it as a motivation or inspiration to work even better and to prepare ourselves pajud for bigger stages hopefully. And so aside sa like sa ka-competitive a music terrain kay katong gi-mention sa nako ganina kay maybe it's also a struggle to find our identity sa kadaghan nga nag-release na out there. We don't want to sound similar to them or similar to this. So again, I guess it's also still a good thing kay kung the more we're challenged to be better or to make something new kay the more sad me I guess the more sad to ma-push atong self up, ma-motivated again in a way. And so murag it's a good thing and it's a bad thing at the same time. Pero what matters in the end is may mapadayon na sa jud me.
That's true. Competition is a thing. Yeah.
To add to that, no, I agree na it's both a good thing and a bad thing. I'm very happy that nga musical terrain here in the Philippines kay murag ni somehow boom na ba compared to before. I'm really happy that the artists now, not just kanang the ones that are from Manila, but also here in Cebu, like and other places in the Philippines, are given the chance to release music and like to venture into the world of music. But at the same time, it's just like what Athena said, it's kanang murag getting competitive na pod because a lot of artists are coming out, so we really have to make a name for ourselves. We really have to stand out. Pero again, this goes back to what I said na I'm happy because kanang the musical terrain is getting bigger. Ang ako lang is hopefully there kanang here in Cebu we could give the artist a bigger opportunity, because from what I've noticed sa Manila lang usually ang mga kanang opportunities for kanang koan.
Okay.
Yeah, I think part of that is because we've had this discussion many times, right? I think part of that is really just the density of the population of Manila,
yes.
and the venues and the concert scene there is more lively. Because kung motokar ka dito, daghang yung tao. Kaya daghang makaayong tao na daan. There is Cebu, we're quite small if you think about it compared to Manila. Cebu is easily 1/10 or even smaller than the size of Manila in terms of population density. So I think that should be something that you have to think about.
To consider also.
And when you think about that, it's not really just about a kind of bias or whatnot. Although there is still bias, it's really just the sheer size of the land in Manila. How about you, Justine and Jaden? How do you feel about that question? Where do you situate yourselves in the global picture?
Yeah, I would like to say no. I actually agree with Belamour in the sense that competition grows, and that's mainly because the platforms also are more widely available. So I find that very empowering. Like before, there are only a few recording artists because you have to record at a studio, you have to know how to produce, you have to have friends who produce and this and that. But nowadays you can record even from the four corners of your own bedroom if you know how to. There are so many apps that you can use. I make my demos in like BandLab, and I asked Jaden to make my demos to make beats for me there too. So like, I feel like that's very empowering in such a way na now because of technology and media, you can promote yourself. Sometimes you can get more viewers in a TikTok live than in an actual show. Sometimes an actual live show, live performance, and your songs can be streamed in multiple platforms. For example, some that are like the best in Cebu, such as Top of the Morning 105.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
I'm talking about platforms that play.
No, what is that 105? What's that?
The best of us.
Really? What is that? Is that like a gasoline station?
It's a
really good loading station.
It's only the best radio show, especially Top of the Morning.
Oh.
It's only hosted by like two really good hosts.
I didn't know that. Never heard.
One is Jiggy Juice.
Never heard of that. How about you, Jaden? How do you feel about that? You're less logical, less cool sister. You're less logical. You're less cool than Jaden. Yeah.
Well, I think it is
Who's
definitely mentioned.
also a bigger bully than you, by the way.
I admit.
Yeah.
That I'll admit.
Okay.
So I definitely agree with Belamour on the competitiveness and also towards my with Astine. and how she thinks that it definitely is a blend between something that's positive and negative. But one thing that I'd like to point out about the musical terrain nowadays is the fact that ever since before, there's always been some sort of stigma towards artists, in the idea of it being as something a hobby, or not even a hobby, being something that's work, something that to earn money from. And I think now, because like Astine said, the channels are widely accessible, it becomes something that's more accepted. But aside from that, that also comes with the consequence of a growth in the people in the, let's say, market or whatever. So then it becomes very competitive. But something that I think is also very unique about today's generation of music would be its diversity. We know that ever since then, there has always been music that would touch into social issues, or that would talk about things that are like to convey a message. That's
Relatable
music, a relatable message. But now, as ironic as it may sound, music isn't just nonsense. I feel like it's something that could help uplift people. It's something that talks about not just social issues, but also things that are very timely in our society. For example, we have a lot of musics in the LGBTQ plus scene. So we're and a lot of artists and a lot of music coming from them. So I think it's very beautiful how music is becoming very diverse, and it's a platform for people to definitely express themselves, as it always has been. But I feel like compared to now, it's more accepted, because we have more channels to express ourselves in, and we've gained that mindset over time as artists that we're doing this for ourselves and for the deeper purpose to inspire and to motivate others, rather than to get views and to do it for the fame. Yeah, so I think that deeper sense of purpose comes out nowadays because of its diversity and acceptance.
You know, that's spoken like a true recording star, Jaden and Jaden Narvios. BELAMOUR, are you guys under a recording contract from any record label?
No.
Okay, so this is a two-pronged question. Both of these ladies here they're both under a recording label, and all of you at BELAMOUR are not yet. So is that the goal, to be in a recording label, recording company? And for both of you, Justine and Jaden, do you advise, and what's your advice to them if you advise them to be in a recording label? What should they do? I think the answer will depend on what your answers are. So is that the goal, to be in a recording company, to be under a record label? Because there's a kind of freedom when you're independent, right?
Yes.
But there's also a lot of advantages of being in a recording company. So what are your thoughts on that? Go ahead.
Actually, we've already talked about this before, but we really do want man to go into a recording label. Kay, aside from the finances, kay, we also want to like really be trained professionally.
Okay.
And we want to have other people to work with us also. Kay, ang among situation as at the moment, kay, we style ourselves, we do makeup ourselves, we produce the songs with our producer ourselves, kanang schedule ourselves, like pub mats ourselves, like everything jud ourselves. So it kind of takes a toll on us, especially since we're also students. But that's also something man sad nga we think about when going into a recording label. Kay we really don't want to compromise sad noon our studies. So that's also something murag wala pa na meet.
Because again, kanang mo man jud namong dream nga naa jud makahandle namo. Kay I think it's kanang more organized and easier for us that way. Kay I guess like what Athena said, students pud me so lisod kay i-balance. But then again, because students me and we highly value kanang our academics, if man gani masud me o kana recording like label, lisod pud sa amuha because we have to sacrifice one thing, and that's our studies. And kanang personally kanang maglisod ko ana, because aside from being like a performer, it's also my dream to become a professional sa jud, nga maka-license sa jud. So mixed pa among feeling anang makuha na recording label.
Okay, how about both of you? Unless somebody else wants to add to that. How about Jaden and Jaden and Justine? That's a tongue twister. Jaden and Justine, say that 100 times. So Jaden and Justine, what's your advice to them? How do you feel about their answers? And would you recommend? What do you recommend to them? Go ahead.
Well, I think first of all, it definitely depends what recording company you're under, because it definitely depends on what they want for you. But something I find in common with a lot of recording companies would be the fact that when they take you in, they already have this image in their head of what they want you to be. And it's good if it aligns with your personal image and what you want as an artist. But then your dilemma comes when it's something that is a little different from who you are. And especially not just as students, but as teenagers, self-identity is something that we're struggling to find. And so it can be a little confusing when you're in a company that wants you to be someone else and to do something else. But I think that there are a lot of companies, especially nowadays, not like how we mentioned earlier that the media is growing, and then there are many channels and opportunities nowadays. I think it's also because like they give you a lot of freedom. There are a lot of companies that give you freedom or that leave you to do what you're supposed to do. Like, so for example, me and my sister, although we're at Viva, we still do our makeup on our own. We do all preparations on our own, and they take care of the quote unquote professional stuff. And I think that's what comes with being a recording artist. There are definitely some ups and some downs. If I were to mention some downs, I would just say the limit to your creative freedom. Like, for example, personally, you'd want to do something, but then maybe at that time the company doesn't think that that's the right path for you yet. So then it's definitely about having trust in your manager and in your company, which I think is also something that's beautiful. Being able to trust and come together, because then again, you and your company should have the collective dream of, fame would be not a very nice, for the lack of a better term, you have the connection with this company, you have the trust with this company to bring you or to make your dreams come true. And I think that that's what the company really is. They're like fairy godmothers. They're there to help you achieve your dreams, and they're there to help you uplift yourself. And I think that that's what a company is in general. So in spite of all the downs, there's so much more opportunities, and there's so much more things to be grateful about in being in a company. So like they say in business and in everything, high risks come with high rewards. So that's the thing about being in a company. Yeah.
How about you, Justin? Do you have any inputs on that? You're at Justin.
To be honest, guys, people would often ask me this. Like, I have a lot of friends who are independent artists, and they would ask me, like, should I jump into this company? What do you think about it? And I was once an independent artist. I actually started out making music independently first when I was like in junior high school, like just releasing songs online. And I would always tell them, if the opportunity comes, just grab it. Like, if a company offers you, and you see that the terms and conditions with which you have to have your parents very much involved in, which I know you do, but have your parents check it out good. If you feel like they match your goals and the company can help you out with that, then go for it. Pero the reality of being in any company is that it doesn't guarantee anything. Like, they help you out and they have support, but there are also so many times wherein you also have a lot of control, a creative control, which I like so much, and I'm thankful now that I'm able to do that in Viva. And you don't have to compromise a lot, contrary to what people think. There's a stigma that if you're in a company, you can't, pursue what you want really in professional life, for example. But you have to remember that as a person, that the company does not, or being an artist is not all of you. You are not just a performer. And that's why, like in my case, even though I'm with Viva, a lot of people ask me that, how did you do that? How are you in Viva? How do you work at TMC, and then how do you study law at night? Like, how do you do that? And I'm like, because I don't consider them separate parts of myself. I just consider it as like, those are just things I like to do, hobbies also. So the danger among good guys is that, which I've personally felt this, is pag starts a pandemic when I was signed with Viva, is that sometimes you're too locked in with like, okay, this is my era. Like, I'm an artist now. I have to release this. I have to do this. I have to do this content. I have to do this, that. And it can drive you crazy, because you would somehow think that your life is only limited to that facet. So I think if you're asking for my advice as someone like way older and like someone who does music but also a lot of other things, then it would be that, like, join a label if they offer it. If you have more chances to expand your talent, go for it. And we at TMC are very supportive of you. But just also don't forget that whatever you do and whatever challenges you have or whatever opportunities you have in the future, that's just one facet of yourself. one part of one chapter of Belamour. You guys are so much more than that. And also, just to remind you guys, if you have your song out already, we'd be more than happy to play it here at TMC, to be your first play, no? To air it to Cebu. Let us know, and then we'll have you back in the studio also. You as well, Jaden, when you release your music.
Yes, please. Make it exclusive.
Come on, guys.
Okay. Kabantay ko ba kanang, even big bands like BTS and, One Direction, they don't last that long, right? They're very successful, but they don't last that long. Why do you think that is? Because we're about to we're about to end. So let's talk about endings. Like, why do you think even the Beatles didn't last that long? They only had like 5-6 albums, and of course their impact on the music industry is earth-shattering. Everybody's still influenced by the Beatles, but they don't last that long. They don't have any longevity, as opposed to, let's say, bands like U2, who's been around for 3-4 decades now. So how do you feel about kaning mga K-pop bands, mga K-pop artists? They don't last that long. How do you feel about that, and why do you think that is?
Before I became an artist, as I was a fan of K-pop. So
Okay.
as a fan, whenever I hear things nga, mag-disband na sila, kaya lang mga members kay nagbuwag, it's kind of sad. Medyo sakit po siya on my part as a fan because it's not something I expected. But for me lang, I think breakups or kanang mag-disband ang group ma-happen mainly because the members, they have different paths na. Maybe siguro before, they used to have the same dream. Pero bitaw, as time passed by, you kind of realize nga, I can do so much more than this. Kanang ano ba? I want to do this and that, but maybe the group is limiting you to do that, and you want to venture it, or you want to go to that path alone lang. And ako ma-think pod kay personality.
Okay.
Maybe dili mag-match sa jud ang ilang personality and ilang views on certain things, and yan issues sad. Okay. That's what I think and hear lang most of the time. Mo na mahitabo ang breakups.
Ang pagka-disband.
Yes.
Okay.
Mikay mentioned nga, it could be also the company sad that would hinder that kind of situation sad. But I'm also thinking about maybe the artist thinking of this as their work rather than something that they're doing because they love what they're doing. So yeah, I get sad sa point nga they could get drained or tired nga repeated na lang ilahang kuan because they think of it as work. They're tired already. Pero I guess if they thought of it like most of the K-pop groups I see right now nga nagdugay pa kay to makita niya very close ilang bond, very family like. So I was thinking if it relates sad nato kay maybe that's why more di pa ta ka see sa tong self nga mag solo. Okay, very very sister like jud me. Yes.
Okay.
How about both of you here beside me, Jaden and Justin? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about artists? Maybe since you're not a band or a duo, what do you think is a secret to longevity? How do you become? How do you do? Doesn't have to apply as a musician. It could be anything in life, right? How do you, first of all, do what you want to do for a long period of time? Because sometimes, diba, whatever it is that you do, especially dagan kay mga interest, diba, whatever it is that you do, it gets a little too stressful, too boring. Maybe if it's the same thing, right? Over and over again. So maybe you have to reinvent your singing or reinvent your job, for example. That's true. What do you think, based on what you've seen, what you've read, and your own also personal experiences? How do you make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, you'll be doing for a long period of time? Or would you want that? Would you want to do something for a long period of time, or would you like to switcheroo every now and then?
Actually, I think it's kind of interesting, Sir Jiggy, because my dad was just mentioning, he was just talking about it in the car, and he was telling us, giving us a...
Today?
Yeah, today.
Oh, wow,
He
that's
was
interesting.
giving us a little life lesson.
Okay.
But he was telling us about how if you want something to be successful, then you have to make it last and you have to persevere.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that goes with everything.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of being an artist, you have to discipline yourself well enough to, once you get into something and once you make the decision to get into something, you have to persevere.
Mm-hmm.
don't give up so easily. You owe that to yourself pa, for taking that risk in the first place. But I think at the same time, there's no such thing as forever. So, and what I mean by that is not in a negative setting.
Okay.
I mean, there's no such thing as forever, because everything's always changing, everything's always improving, just like now the media scene, the music scene, the music industry, entertainment industry, everything's changing and everything's improving. And in order to be someone who can be successful, or in order to be happy and satisfied, I feel like we have to shift our perspectives from being specialists to be generalists. So, to be someone who's adaptable, someone who can adjust, and someone who's willing to take up any opportunity that comes their way, regardless of if it is in their field or not. Because I think that even if everyone has their own individualistic beliefs or interests, at the end of the day, we don't know what comes to us. Like, for example, the pandemic, we never know we never knew it would happen. We also didn't know that this opportunity would present itself. And so I think we have to be ready to accept every opportunity, because in reality, even if practically speaking, there is no such thing as forever, I think the love that you have or the passion that you have for something is what lasts forever. And if you have that passion, then no matter what obstacles, what new dreams, what challenges come, that love or that passion that you have for something is what will last.
Wow.
And maybe not the group itself, but maybe the spirit of the group, the love for the group, that's what lasts. Yeah. That's nice.
Ate, do you have do you have anything?
I think that was very well said.
She sounds like she's your ate right now.
yeah. No, that's our dynamic. That's our dynamic, actually. So yeah, I think Jaden pretty much said it all. But if I were to add something, it's that change, or growth rather, takes many forms. And sometimes with the way that we live our lives, we're sometimes cooped up or boxed within the thought that we can only grow in a specific field, for example, or that we can only grow as one part of ourselves. But then the possibilities of us, of Jaden, of Bellamore, are endless. And that's what we have to remember. Even us ourselves, we don't know what we're capable of yet. Yeah. So you'll never really know what you might be doing in the future. And as Jaden mentioned, whatever that is, kay maningkamot na lang kita in whatever field that is. Because we don't know pa man gid unsa atong what exactly we're capable of. We don't know it yet. So that's what I would just like to add. And also Joel Lim said here, there's a comment, inga siya, Justine and Jaden, if you were to form a duo, would you consider naming it Narvios Breakdown? Ano breakdown man? But yeah, Nervous Breakdown. Oh, okay, genius. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna say that.
Yeah.
And then our intro would be kanang, we're nervous.
Our intro is breathe in,
breathe out. Oh, that's perfect.
Live in the studios of 105, we have Justine Narvios and Jaden Narvios, her more logical, more cooler sister. Together with, of course, we have BELAMOUR live.
Yeah. Guys,
what an honor it is to have
so
the chance to talk to all of these musical artists. I'm the only least talented person here in the room. Grabe, I'm so honored, man. I feel like I should take up singing, right?
No.
Yeah?
So guys, as we end this Christmas season, and we wish you guys a great holiday, and then hopefully we'll have both Jaden and BELAMOUR back in the studio when you guys release your new music next year.
Okay.
To all the listeners of TMC, Top of the Morning, thank you so much again for joining us. Merry Christmas!
Before I let you guys go, BELAMOUR, please invite them to your social media platforms where they can find you if they want to book a gig featuring BELAMOUR. Where can they find you, especially with Sinulog? Even New Year's and Christmas coming up, I'm sure you would like to perform in the biggest stage in the Philippines. It's in Cebu during the Sinulog festivities. Go ahead, guys.
You guys can follow us on Facebook, which is just BELAMOUR, on IG and TikTok, which is BELAMOUR_, and on Twitter we are BLMR Official.
BLMR.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. BELAMOUR has one L also, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
One
L.
To be sure.
How about on the tubes? Do you have anything on YouTube as well?
Yeah. Yes, we have kanang our performance video of Tarana there sa YouTube. You can check it out. You can just search BELAMOUR Tarana performance video. And if you want to book a gig with us, okay, you can message us or email. You can message us on our social media. Kanang gi-mention ni Yona. Or through our email, belamorofficial0507@gmail.com.
Can you repeat that one more time if you don't mind? The last part?
Email?
The email and the phone number, yeah.
BELAMORofficial0507@gmail.com.
That's not a cell phone, I'm sorry. That wasn't cell phone
That's
number.
an email
No,
address.
that-
to
that's
book
an
them.
email address.
Okay.
Is there anything that they can call? Is there anyone that they can call? A number? Maybe your cell phone? Nothing.
As of the moment,
Okay,
no.
okay.
Kay we take in kanang invites from the email lang.
Okay.
Okay,
And if they
email
want to
or Facebook
negotiate,
page.
yes.
Okay.
But
Okay,
if they want to
perfect.
negotiate it, our kanang team can handle it.
Okay.
naman.
Okay,
All right.
perfect. All right, guys. So
Would you like to say anything? You were about to say something, no? Okay, how about you, Jaden and Justin? Where can they find you? By the way, do you have any performances that you'd like to plug anytime soon? Not yet.
upcoming.
Up and coming. Not yet. Okay, but very soon. Stay tuned to 105. We'll tell you where to find. How about you, Jaden and Justin? Do you have anything to plug? Maybe your Facebook page, your Instagram, your Twitter, your or X, or your YouTube, whatnot. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you guys can find me at Jaden Narvios on Facebook, Instagram, and Jaden the Alien on TikTok.
Jaden the Alien.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chigi, I told you we literally just sourced her from Alien.
Oh, no wonder she's giving me that alien vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's feel very at home in tops.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so close to the motherland.
She's closer to the other planet. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, guys. So thank you so much.
Where can they find Justin?
me?
Come on, yeah.
Oh, okay. You can find me first of all if you want to listen to me, which not a lot of people do, but
Okay.
you can find me here at Tops Media Center at top of the morning
Okay.
every single day. 105.1.
Okay.
Join us on our chats. That's
Okay.
Tops Media Center on YouTube. I also release my own music. I'm Jaden Narvios on Spotify, on TikTok, on Instagram, and other social media platforms as well.
Okay.
So I want to thank our guests today. Thank you so much, Jaden, for joining us. And of course, thank you so much, Belamour, for your time as well, ladies. The vibes
Good luck,
this
good
morning
luck.
has been so great. And we're excited to see from what both of you guys have to offer for the next year, 2025. We're wishing for more performances, more music. And yeah, thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
And I'm going to ask you to go inside another room in a few moments to record something, if you don't mind. And also you, Jaden. Okay, yeah. Just a little something that you have to say so we can play it over and over again. Speaking of Jaden Narvios, let's play a song from Ate Justine. Before I play this next song, Jaden, set up this song for her. Okay, I don't want you to set it up because I think you already did. How about the more logical, cooler sister Jaden set up this next song, Towards the Sun? Go ahead.
All right, so here at Media Top Center, it's very sunny, and sometimes we always have to remember to face towards the sun, to look at the brighter side of life, and to always be positive. So here's Towards the Sun by none other than my less cool sister, Jaden Narvios.
Walking through
You were my age, right?
I was you.
All right, that was good.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
So later on, we'll ask you guys to record in the other room, like a hello and all that.
Jade, if you don't mind, it's okay with you. It's okay with you.
I'm gonna accompany Jaden my stuff. Yeah, just leave it here. I'll come back for it. I'll accompany her, so guys, I'll be right back.
Hi, this is individual names. We're Belamour, and you're listening to 105.1 TMC. Is that okay with you guys? 105.1 TMC.
Okay, practice that.
You can go out there, guys. I know you're already. Thank you. Hold on, give me a second. Take this out now. Thanks, guys. You were amazing.
Thank you.
We should do this more often. Maybe we should do like a show or something. Yeah. Yeah, we can do something like that, right? Maybe the four of you here. The other room is actually a studio for us. Would you not have a little tour? Where's the car, no? Is that your manager?
That's not.
Nalagyan ng pizza.
Oh, wow, thank you, man.
And this is for sir, Kuya Abdi. And sabi ko sir, lumog na station. Sabi ko sir, pizza niya. Thank you. Kuya and Bajay. Okay. Pasti berbagi bahasa Arab. Bisa na tayo
Kami sa sir, susunod eh.
Sige. Okay ka sir. Nakalili na. Lili lang ako. Very nice yung facility mo.
Hi, this is Jaden Narvios BELAMOUR radio station.
That's a good one.
Oh, thank you.
Really like
Thank you. Guys, this is so cute. What do you mean you're not allying with cute theme? This is cute. This is cute. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sam.
Hopefully we'll have them back in the studio again, especially when they have the songs out again.
Let's have a photograph. Let's swim. You got China? Bro.
This is our one. Where's the line? This song seems a bit real right now. Oh. It needs to be heard, right? Oh. Yeah. Can you put this there? No, I don't have space. I have no space. I'm hungry. Are you? The food? Yeah, man. Memories flash. No, I can do this. Me too. This part always. No, do the right dance. And then wait. Look at the phone. And then no. Yeah, exactly. Yes, yes. Yo. JPC hasn't lost it. She still dances. Yes, please. Okay.
Three of us. Ako kay gapuan ko.
Oh, perfect. Yes. I love it. 0.5. We got it.
Where are your shades?
Oh yeah, all shades here. All shades.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, like. Then your phone next to me. Okay. Your phone too.
Why is it awkward? Do it again, huh?
We're very in favor of Christmas. We are. And white was GB. Then people have black. I win. Right.
That waiting downstairs.
Yeah, then they're eating.
Amongst the trees.
Amongst the trees, right, guys? Thank you, Merry Christmas.
Okay,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Yes? You're gonna be here, no?
Christmas, no? Oh, Jiggy,
Tomorrow?
I don't think I can be here tomorrow morning. We're checking in at the resort. So
Okay.
we'll be out on midnight, right? Yeah.
So maybe
I know we have the mask.
on the 26th, on the 26th lang?
26. Yeah, I think I pick up 26 Jiggy. 26, okay. February 5th also. Yeah. 26 will be out. 26.
Where you
Forget
stay?
about the mask. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll be drinking nothing. So the whole night actually we're gonna do the debate. We're gonna run to go and then give this approach to people. And then get like yeah, she goes about the bags.
Where the street though?
I don't know who we go to. There's a lot of them. So dala lang sa bag and we just go down and then do to the mass in the morning. I forgot. Yeah. Okay.
Why street brothers?
Well, that's a hobbies tradition. Yeah, before we used to pack baby clothes.
The thing there is you're encouraging them to hang out and stuff, right?
Yeah. That's the thing, but we also think of it as like we're giving them food. So do you really have something to give my resource? So buy na once a year. So the time, all times.
And then you can see that.
Yeah.
Culture!
Kamachin?
Sorry,
I can take
And kamisa? Yeah, sige. If you don't, isa na guys?
Sure.
Jaden's up first, then I pick later. Bro, paano ba ni bro?
So cute. Yeah. Thank you.
I have to keep it right here. Come here. So, two lang po.